And here we go. Game number 1, best of 7 between DauT and Andy. The loser of this set is out. The winner of this set goes on to face, I believe, it would be Viper?
Viper tomorrow.
So we could have the potential of a match between DauT and Viper. We also have the potential of a match between our lowest seed, Andy, versus the Viper.
Yeah, being seed number 2 going into this one, only Hera favored higher than the Viper was. And, well, these are some interesting scenarios that we will see here. Typically, humans, one of the crazier civilizations, the only civilization that we have out of the 45 in Age of Empires that can build an additional town center in feudal age. And therefore, more protection for your villagers. You can even produce more of those villagers, but obviously no stone walls. Defense is sometimes tricky, but then with the reduction on the wood cost, therefore the Archer Engine stables, you can still get to a reasonable amount of army.
And I feel like that second town center is so valuable on enclosed because you have this little rocky terrain, this circle that extends around your starting base area, and the gold is always on the outside. The berries are always on the outside there. A town center in feudal age is such an effective defense if your opponent is running around with scouts or archers or whatever. So you can secure that gold. You can get access to that long term. Very interesting here that DauT has like 2 berries really close to his base on the outside.
A small berry patch only though, and with Khmer you sometimes feel like, well, I'd rather go for the faster farms, so might not even go for those, but
gold
certainly
is far
nice
away.
If he wants to build a mill there, a town center there maybe.
Yep. That gold is quite far away for DauT too.
Yep.
Like a lot of the times it's right, a direct line from the TC to the outer edge. Similar gold situation for Andy, as it's a lot more open in this area. Also a lot of flat land there, so plenty of spaces for him to build that town center without hills disrupting like they would be for DauT.
But at the same time, not a lot of forests, right? You don't really see a natural TC that is close by, where you can build a town center next to, for example, either berries or wood, or gold or wood. And DauT, I think they would ideally like to switch maps.
Well, I think a problem potentially for Andy, I mean, you could see the potential for a TC if he was on DauT's map, but the other areas, it's so hilly, right? Where are you going to drop it? Anyway, feudal age, do you think Andy just goes second town center and then tries to make his way to castle age? Or is he going to add in military first and then go for that TC, or maybe TC and then the stable?
It's kind of weird that he already built another house, kind of indicating that he isn't playing the most tight build order ever, and now sending more villagers on the outside. This indicates the extra town center. Let's see how DauT is trying to react to this. He is playing the Khmer. One of the biggest advantages is that they don't need any buildings to require another structure. For example, typically to build an archer range, to build a stable, we have to build a barracks first, and that's why we basically never see a barracks for Khmer. They're trying to skip it.
So if you're Khmer here, do you go heavy into feudal investment, or do you do something that I think DauT is doing right now, which is a fast castle approach into maybe a forward siege workshop?
It looks like a fast castle approach, right? 3 on gold as well. I wouldn't even be surprised if you tried to skip Loom here, but pop 22, that's not really a thing, I believe. Trying to get fast castle, this is really tight.
DauT it's going to be so tight because, like you said, you don't need to make those buildings. So as soon as you get to feudal age, you can click up immediately, and you're going to have 800 food. He's at 640 right now, 150 gold only in the bank. He's not going to make it happen here, Nili, at least not instantly.
Yeah, is he trying to loom this one maybe? Maybe loom and then tries to click up. Interesting approach. I've never seen this one before. Still an incredible cast age timing, comparable to 21+2. Kind of the tightest builds we can have.
Yeah, sick build. Absolutely sick build there from DauT, and we'll see when those villagers go forward. I think Andy has to have an inkling, just based on that late feudal age time from DauT, that something like this might be possible. And I want to see Andy's town center over there. Did he build that on the gold?
Yeah.
Okay, so he didn't make it on the stone. It's on the gold and it's on the wood line.
And that is a nice spot. It is relatively far away though, right? And let's remember, DauT yesterday, late in the evening, punished the Cuman extra TC quite nicely as well. But that was with Spanish. DauT scouts it at a very reasonable time here. Is adding the stable behind. But he saw the villagers coming from the right side.
Okay.
The implication.
the implication of a TC, and he's going to know exactly where to push there. DauT is only 1 minute and 30 seconds away from the castle age. He's gone for 1 stable, and there's the 2 villagers. But Andy knows that some sort of shenanigans are on the way. He's got a scout near DauT's base. DauT is like, please stay there. Please just stay there. Don't come over here. I'm going to distract you with my own scouts, and my villagers are going to make their way forward.
Yeah, and he sends 1 scout to maybe scare the scout of Andy away. Hill advantage might be a thing. DauT, yeah, doesn't want any of those shenanigans. Backs off.
Yeah, even has a scout in advance of the villagers just in case Andy went for some sort of military production. I think Andy is only building the barracks right now at home, so he is getting prepared to add that stable or the archer range, depending on what he thinks is coming out from DauT. I think if you're Andy, you got to go for the stable here, right? You got to try and snipe the siege or whatever DauT is going to place at the front.
There might even be an approach where you just heavily commit scout, spearmen, still not on stone, so that's a big question mark. DauT with the siege workshop, oh, that's going to be a lot of pressure. This will be very low economy against massive economy, but a full H behind.
Is this Knight Scorpion or Knight Mangonel?
I think we have to open with Mangonel first to pressure a bit more, and once you see, okay, my opponent is going for 4 and more spearmen, then you add a Scorpion.
It's such a tight build, though. Look at the wood that DauT has. Look at the gold that DauT has. Look at only 7 on food right now. Like, he can't afford to make another follow-up Knight and keep the Mangonel and Scorpions out. He barely has enough wood and gold there for that first Mangonel, as Andy is being very annoying with that hill. DauT has cleverly made a house as part of this forward, so he can just hop inside there with the villagers. He's going to attack the scout. He's going to attack the spearman. Andy comes back, trying to be as annoying as possible. The knight is on the way, and DauT has not yet lost a villager, but the HP is getting very low indeed on these things as DauT manages to clear up the spearman, and he's got his knight helping, so the villagers will live. The Mangonel is out, now targeting the berry villagers, and Andy, in response, goes for a stable, but he's still in the feudal age.
Is the stable even going up? Nice dodge there against 1 Mangonel shot. Anticipation here by Andy. Nice move. But knights and scouts now around. More knights on the way. This will be ugly for Andy. That's quite some nice aggression.
Yeah, a lot of idle time building that stable. Andy doing a great job to only lose 2 villagers thus far. Some nice dancing around those Mangonel shots, but the Mangonel still applying pressure, and DauT has that second Mangonel on the way instead of the Scorpions. Big investment, but if you get 2 Mangonels working on this TC, it's going to be incredibly difficult for Andy to ever click up to Castle Age.
Oh, nice ground attack. Down to 3 HP, has to trade off, and now the monastery as well. DauT plays everything quite nicely. The thing is though, Andy, look at this gold. He's floating so much already.
Yeah, he's floating a lot, and I think he just made a market in his main base, so Andy might be thinking about buying his way up to the next stage. He still doesn't have many units. There we go. He's in the market right now. He's buying the food. He's trying to balance his eco. Doesn't quite have enough gold because he's being targeted on that gold. Now he sells his excess wood, and he's on the way to Castle Age.
No.
From that TC, he switched to this TC. Okay, he switches back.
Yeah, he clicked Castle initially in this town center. We saw it with the golden, well, glimmer around the town center, aura around the town center. Switched it to the main TC though, knows that this one is in under so much pressure and he could lose it.
Oh man, his eco is completely split here too, and DauT is doing a smart thing. Like, why run around with the knights if it's only you're only going to run into the TC until it's really, really weak? It's better to probably target that stable and force Andy to build another stable somewhere else.
Trying to go for the stable repair here. Scout is trying to do something, but gets ground attacked away there. DauT so far within 12-1 KD.
12-2 now as Andy, oh man, he's trying to hold on to that stable, but he's not able to, and his eco, well, he's pretty far ahead in villagers right now, 11 villagers ahead to be exact. He's putting most of it into repairing the town center. He's out of wood. He's out of wood, Nili.
No resources at all. And typically in Age of Empires, if you repair something, it costs half of the initial cost for 100% of the repair. With town centers, it's actually double.
That is incredible there as Andy goes for another stable. DauT will spot that behind, but the 2 Mangonels continue their work on that town center. Andy is farming away in his quote-unquote main economy, but he can't really find any safety here on the right side. And behind this, well, DauT has somewhat managed to keep his town center working, so he's actually not that far behind economically.
That's sick. That's sick. And yeah, as we can see, like the income has to be reasonably close. So many idle villagers. Town center now in danger. Down to 20 wood again, Dave.
He gets the castle age, but he's never saving this. Like, it feels like this town center with 3 mangonels now will go down, and then the Knights are just going to pounce, and DauT knows they can't fit inside the TC right now at its current HP, so he's going to attack the villagers with the Knights. Andy now running through the shots from DauT's mangonels, and he's YOLOing outwards. He's just trying to take out these mangonels with everything that he has, but the villager count for Andy is going to be less than DauT soon.
Incredible play here, and what can you do? The stable, you can't really use them without any gold income. You want to go for the step ladders, want to go for the camels, but those are not options anymore.
And now DauT controls this area. Completely controls this area. He stopped attacking the TC. Let Andy create villagers from that if he wants to. He's just going to walk right past, go after the stables now, as the Knights and the Scouts are still there. 2 monks there too, so Andy can't really engage against those mangonels without giving DauT new units. And DauT knows exactly where to hit next.
But he needs a town center at home. Next click of DauT will be town center at home. Oh, he just clicked it, yeah. Where? Oh, did he? I think he had to. Yeah,
hey!
yeah. He knows that's coming up. This is the only way how he can lose this game. If the step lancers are killing his gold. Brilliant move by him.
He's already ahead economically at this stage. You can see the resources collected in favor of Andy, but a lot of that res went into repairing. A lot of it went into making those additional villagers, which then he lost as the eco KD. Andy finally gets a villager, but it's 16-1 in favor of DauT. The KD is still 27-6 in favor of DauT, and DauT is now in a position to push the farming economy from Andy. Andy goes forward with villagers. He's looking for something, but there's nothing to be found.
You see 1,000 extra resources collected for the human player. Makes a lot of sense with the earlier villages, but DauT just killed so much more, so much damage dealt, and that is not including the repair cost. Those step lancers still trying to find something, but DauT too active, and now with the Knight defense.
Oh, Andy's holding on. He's struggling. He's at 33 villagers against 39. The eco lead has completely evaporated for him as FreakinAndy runs around with the step lancers. DauT is really paying attention, though, not letting him get any villager picks here or there. And Andy, the wood count, still struggling as he keeps repairing that town center. No stone in the bank, no gold access whatsoever. Step lancers are coming behind. DauT does not get the conversions in time, so a good clear up on the monks from Andy, and he might be able to get the mangonels.
Oh, one of the Knights was blocked there. Monks going down. That was a really nice move for Andy. Has to be happy with how much time he's buying himself, but the town center in danger.
Where does he go? Even if he clears up these mangonels, because DauT added that second town center and he's expanding his economy, it feels like it's a position that Andy never recovers from.
How can he, right? He needs to sell more wood, which he's already like investing a lot into to get to more of those step lancers, gets to the gold. Ground attack of DauT not happening. Andy, is he clearing this one up?
He's losing a lot of step lancers. DauT tries to ground attack that solo lancer on the other side, but it makes its way through. Andy pulls the weak ones away. DauT's still desperately trying to save his mangonels, but they all go down. However, at the end of this, when Andy clears it up, 43 villagers for DauT, 36 villagers for Andy.
And now the sneaky attack.
Ooh.
And DauT will have no idea that this is happening. Gets the third town center for himself. Typically, you want to avoid... Ooh, well, we see the Knights still getting in here. Didn't really expect them to find some damage. Well, DauT still stays active. Typically, you want to avoid the third town center on the inside there because you will have too many villagers on wood. But DauT maybe didn't feel like there's a safe spot outside.
Well, there's a lot of hills out on that area. We talked about that before, so it's really, really difficult for DauT to find a space to put some town centers down. This is great idling here from these Knights as he picks off yet another villager, and the Knight's going to come back to the woodline, and Andy's like, you're back again? You're here again? And if he doesn't deal with it, he does lose villagers. Andy, we saw the forward monasteries before. He's going to bring his step lancers forward, but DauT is up to the task, and DauT clears the step lancers. I mean, just almost perfect execution here from DauT.
Eco KD 23 to 2 units lost only. Andy is doing a reasonable job there, micro back, but DauT still gets him, makes it 24-2.
And GG comes in from Andy, and DauT knew that Andy was going to play Cumans here. He had a strategy prepared for Cumans, and I think the words that he spoke to Tato were like, he's going to play Cumans unenclosed. I'll just do the thing that you do to me.
Yeah. And DauT was more like, yeah, you second to see, did you not see how I play against Cuman yesterday?
Yeah.
You fool.
Yep.
And Andy still has the headphones on, noise cancelling, doesn't even listen.
Well, and he was pretty confident coming into this set. He fought on for quite a while there, and he's saying
It's like, I don't have any wood line next to my goal. That's
no
not so
stone,
bad.
no wood, no nothing.
No training partners. T90 gave me the wrong advice.
Well, he did have some good moments there, especially with such an excellent strategy from DauT coming forward. It's always going to be difficult with humans, especially if you haven't played up against that before. Even if you know it's coming, if you don't have that experience, it could be really, really rough.
I would hate to play against DauT. Like, you play your very best, try to be the best nerd that you can, then you lose the game, and then you have to sit there for 2-3 minutes while DauT berates you how he just won the game. And talks like, did you see how I then added the monastery? How I saved the 2 villagers and repaired so much?
Are you cold? I'm just going to go open this window.
Maybe you should have tried Red Bull.
Yeah, exactly. Do you see this keyboard?
I beat you with this.
Yeah, I did that to you with this.
Poor Andy.
Oh well, it's all part of the fun, right? And I'm sure Andy.
Well, doubt it is.
Well, yeah, I'm sure Andy will give it. Like, he's not afraid of giving it back to him if he then beats him with a creative strategy on the next map. So that was our neutral map there in close. Great strategy early from DauT. He felt like he won the draft. Andy felt like he won the draft, and the humans, a very powerful option that a lot of players are nervous about, have been completely neutralized.
Up next will be the home map choice for Andy. He obviously could choose all of those 6 maps. He decided to go for Hippopotamus, another really wild map where a lot of strategic options are on the menu. And Andy, I'm a bit surprised that he wants to play this one against DauT, but well, in the best of 7, it's not like you get 3 clear home maps where you know those are great for me and horrible for the opponent.
I think it was Andy who tried to dock block on Hippopotamus in an earlier set. And then
against Tato.
And then Tato just came forward with a dock. It actually ended up working out for Andy's fish in the end because he had Japanese. But he was aware of the full meta developing throughout the qualifiers in this map. He's practiced this map before. He has planned strategies here, so I would expect something good from him. But DauT, the last time I saw him on Hippopotamus, was an incredible game against Hera, where he completely blocked him in. You remember that game? That was wild.
Yeah, absolutely sick. Like, sneaky stable behind Hera's base there, and then Siege Workshop like
under the
4
TC.
tiles away from the TC.
Yeah, there was nowhere to run, nowhere to hide for Hera in that one. It looks like they're into the game here, and we need a response from Andy, because that was an emphatic win from DauT. It's proving that he's really picking up steam here in NAC 5 as DauT goes for the Mongols. Andy is playing as the Lithuanians.
Yeah, and the problem would be if DauT is up 2-0 or 3-0, we might need to move, because I'm not sure if the room would be big enough for DauT's ego then. And yeah, that's going to be a tough one there, and therefore maybe punching back instantly with Lithuanians, a good option.
So let's take a look at why the Lithuanians are such a great civ on this map. Now, the Lithuanians start with that extra food, and that's a big part of it, right? You can go out to the wood earlier, you can get that dock up earlier, and it just helps your early economy. It helps you get up a little bit faster than your opponent. Now, this is interesting that Andy is sending those villagers through the middle. He's not sending them along the shoreline. Ooh. It's almost like they're going to DauT side, and he's going to dock over there and try and snipe that villager. However, DauT is playing Mongols, and DauT, he might just decide to not go for the dock at all.
But that would be weird, right? That would be really nice for Andy, because unlikely that DauT is scouting this one, but no, look at that, both sending it. And this is the scenario that Andy might be looking for. I wouldn't be surprised if Loom is queued up next. Andy, incredible.
And look at where the scout is. Look where the scout's coming. It's coming from the left.
Oh.
Andy is looping around. He's making sure that DauT doesn't have like the villagers on the hunt over on that side. And now he's coming over with the scout. He's going to find these 2 vills. I think it's going to be a little bit too late for him to kill them with his villagers. The dock will go up, but still, he might be able to engage before Loom is in.
Give me Loom. Give me Loom. Yeah, clicked it here. Ooh. That's the next upgrade, and then he's going for the villager.
He has no idea.
He has no idea.
Shh.
DauT. Look at that, where he's scouting. Completely the other side. Had scouted the top, didn't see the dock, and he must be so confused. Lithuanians? You have so many resources at the start.
Well,
what
he
are you
didn't
doing?
full scout the top either. It could be a dock block situation again, but now he discovers it as Andy is attacking his villagers. He's going to attempt to block with the fishing ship, but he's stuck. He's stuck out there on the marsh, and Andy is chasing after him. DauT doesn't know where to go with this fishing ship. Great job there, though. DauT, who is this?
Incredible block, and now does some more damage. Still no loom. That's tricky. Steals 3 cows on the way.
I mean, as long as he can get some value out of this engagement, it might be good. I don't think we're going to see the quick wall attempt here from DauT. He knows better than that as Andy skillfully blocks the villager. This is all from DauT's point of view. He's desperately trying to save those vills, and I don't know if he wants to send 2 more over here. I think Andy will be perfectly happy engaging against those 2.
Yeah, well, with the scout together, that's nice. Macro slipping a bit there potentially, but at least got those 3 cows. But water should be an advantage for Andy. And DauT slipping a bit. You saw a lot of idle villagers. That's just the big problem there. And Andy,
he
now
doesn't have any food! Oh no! That hurts so much! He doesn't have anything on food! Oh! Oh, that's so
now?
Painful. Oh, and he's housed.
And he has to build a mill now.
He's housed. Just
oh
God! It all works out for DauT. Even after losing 2 villagers, at least he won't be housed because of that. And Andy is forced to take shorefish and rely on his fishing ships to get him to the next age. He might even have to adapt this into some sort of like fast castle play or something at this rate because he's so slow.
But how, like, you're guaranteed to lose your water then, right? The opponent is going for the aggression. It's crazy how we are loving to see all the micro here, but the actual winning play was stealing those 3 cows.
DauT still doesn't know about that dock. He saw the villagers. He doesn't know about the dock. He can assume that it's there, but maybe you know, he slips up a little bit and doesn't make a fire galley because he doesn't see the dock from Andy. So still potential for things to pan out for Andy, but DauT stealing those 3 water buffalo is such a massive deal.
DauT, no barracks, is heavily on gold, so fire galleys can be expected. Goes for another dock there, so more fire galleys, the very likely choice. Scout trying to rest a bit, and finally DauT gets the confirmation.
Yeah, he sees the fish. That's an easy fire galley to be made over there. Andy's still harassing the fishing ships with his scout, which is a nice touch. And Andy can always pull those fishing ships back if he feels like he's going to be a lot later, which he knows he's going to be a lot later from DauT. Feudal Age still 50 seconds away when DauT finally reaches, and he's going to have a more powerful scout. So Andy will need to hang out near the 2 fisherwomen there as he uses them as a body block and runs around. DauT says, okay, I'll come back later.
Double fire galley. I think this is the moment where DauT should pull his 2 villagers just to try to get those and force the engagement, right? He can't lose. Can chase those down.
I mean, maybe. DauT should also probably go for a demo here. It's easy kill on the scout and the villager. Easy.
If Andy
1 fire galley, 1 demo. He's got a dock in the middle there. The fishing ships from Andy will attempt to run, but there's a dock in the way. And I believe there's a fire galley coming out of that too, so.
And Andy just runs. Makes a lot of sense. Very little deep fish left here. Both players on shorefish now. Tries to go for the, 1 deep fish still left.
He's like, where are the ships? Andy's going the wrong way.
Hiding. Left inside. DauT. He's confused.
Where are they?
Ah! Goes for the dog. Hide and seek champion 2024.
Oh, nice hit with the spearman there from Andy as he's made one out of his barracks, but I don't see a follow-up building for him. He's going for another dock in the north, and he might try and sneak those fishing ships back. We see a fire galley garrison inside of that dock, so getting ready potentially for a pushback. It also looks like he's extended over to the right side on the other side of the hippopotamus's face with a lumber camp. There we go. And he's still taking the fish from that mill.
Quite exposed villagers. 3rd dock now for Andy, and that's even after the barracks. Wouldn't be surprised if DauT is thinking about the archer range next. Already has it, is going for some archers, and Andy won't really have the answers on land.
Oh man, Andy's build was just so disrupted by taking those 3 water buffalo. Even with Lithuanians, to be up that late against Mongols just feels so bad. At least you killed the 2 villagers, or classic DauT. Oh, I thought he was going to demo the dock.
He tries to go for the bottom
He
there.
saw the bills.
Maybe gets 1. Do we commit against 1 bill?
I think he sees the potential of 3 villagers at
He's
the
such
bottom.
a greedy boy.
Yep.
Such a greedy boy.
Andy knows that's there. He definitely spotted that. I think if there's a villager pick to be had, DauT should take it with the demo. Andy's sneaking back now with those fishing ships. He's going to try and repair that dock. He's going to try and take out the demo with his scout and maybe the spearman, and he's evacuated that area with the fisherman. So great recovery here from Andy, even though his opening build was so disrupted. DauT uses the demo against the scout. At least it didn't die for free.
Yeah, well, low HP scout there from earlier as well. There was a lot of low HP fire galleys. Feels like Andy is winning this one slightly, but now the archers are resting. There's a lot of villagers on gold.
Yep, a lot of villagers on gold from Andy. You would expect the market sooner rather than later, so he can balance his economy with all that gold. Chasing away the archers right now with the villagers because he really doesn't have anything else at the moment to stop this, and still hasn't placed the tower on the gold.
Well, tries to maybe rush an archer range a bit higher there next to his wood line, while we see water is kind of stabilized and is pushed away from the gold. Questionable move. Has to wait for the skirms now.
But he doesn't lose a villager. So Andy still has not lost a fishing ship. He hasn't lost a villager. There's been a lot of disruption here. You can see DauT is actually ahead in res collected. But Andy is going to be the first one to take out the fish. Andy killed 2 villagers earlier. And despite the disruptions, Andy is still in a decent spot in this game.
He might even be ahead, honestly.
Might be.
Because he will take those out. The archers, not sure if they will find too much damage with the fire galleys out. And DauT maybe ignoring water for a bit too long. Now some more harassment here. Do we get... The skirms will defend this.
Yeah, there's 2 skirms there from Andy, and look at that. He's already using the market a little bit, even before DauT. So that's like a moral victory or something. As DauT, we'll see that the prices have already been influenced there by his opponent. These skirmishers for Lithuanians are a little bit faster than normal skirmishers, so they should be able to catch up to these archers quite quickly. DauT has fletching, but it kind of feels like 1 villager is the maximum potential for this raid, and he's going to lose these archers. And he has still saved those villagers.
We are saying 1 maximum, but he is the Lord and gets 2.
He got 2! He got 2! So equalize the villager kills from earlier. Still, Andy has cleared up the fishing ships as DauT now hits the market, and DauT is in a position with the Mongol hunt bonus to go up to the castle age. This is some sick timing from the Lord.
Not a single farm from DauT, not a single fishing ship. His only income are those 8 villages at the left side there. Quite an interesting play. Right now he has enough food generation from that, but obviously resources won't be there for a long time. Might want to think about a early castle age timing there with the siege workshop and then get all the hunt and the berries in the center.
So you're thinking just extra... it surprised me he actually didn't sell a stone. You're thinking just a couple extra TCs, siege workshop?
1 in the middle. Just look at that. It's just the Mongols' dream, right?
Yeah.
Berries for free, some hunt. You even get some stone there in the center. Like that's
nice
for him.
Beautiful. Andy really hammering away at the market, and now he clicks up to the castle age. He's got 8 fire galleys. DauT has no presence on water. So that's the serious advantage that Andy has. He's got the fishing ships as well, and he will start to climb ahead in res collected shortly as DauT runs out of that hunt. The water control can be devastating, but you still have to worry about that middle area. And you were talking about maybe Step Lancer opening, siege follow-up, and a town center to expand his eco with all that hunt in the center. DauT could be in a good position.
Sounds like the dream to me, right? And maybe the dream to DauT as well. Archer's back at it.
They're back here again. Andy is going to be like, man, I thought I cleared this army up before. He's going to try and save this villager, dodging shots. Neo, as DauT knows that that villager is still weak, he's going to get greedy and come in for the kill. Andy also having to deal with 2 archers on the other side. Looks like those archers did not get the villager kill. Andy managing to save that, but he still has to deal with these 2 over on the eastern edge of the map, and DauT is running out of hunt.
Work efficiency down the bin there. DauT will just generate so much more for himself. Full Step Lancer approach. Now the big question, is it an extra town center? Is it going to be the forward siege workshop or a monastery? He decides to go for the town center next to the gold. And those archers finding so much value.
Yeah, and the scout is there too from DauT. The archers just being so annoying here. The Step Lancers are on the way. Andy has just been responding to all the plays from DauT ever since that initial forward dock from Andy. It just hasn't gone right, and he's just YOLOing a town center. DauT will immediately bring the Step Lancers over to this area. He's still got a scout. He's still got 2 archers. Andy's skirmisher goes down. The villagers are weak. The Step Lancers are on the way. He's got to watch out. He needs this TC up, and he's going for gates now to try and make sure that this TC completes, but this is a disgusting situation.
Still, the archers are there, right? More villagers are going to die, and those step lancers even passed the gold. The gold was completely open. I think another attack here at the bottom might be happening. Some nice quick walls by Andy.
Does that town center go up? Does that town center go up? Andy has a knight. Okay, he clears the archers with the knight. The step lancers can't quite reach over the walls there. Andy is desperately trying to keep himself in this game, and he's going to get that second town center complete. But at DauT's base, we already see 2 town centers. He's making more villagers. He's starting to get his food eco set up, and he's sniping 2 more from Andy.
And he might look at the top and think like, okay, 43 against 38 workers, that is reasonable. But that is including fishing ships. Villager count alone is 43 against 30 now.
43 against 30 after the early damage that Andy did. Super impressive. DauT has upped his level so much here in the playoffs in this best of 7, and Andy is just trying to find any sort of response he can. Remember, Andy beat him in the group stage. Andy has already done it once against DauT, but DauT looks like he's just on another level completely.
It's crazy, right? It feels like it took him some games to really turn up here. Went into 0-3 in the group stage. Had to win 2 games in a row. Delivered there, and now he's really shining. But still, again, only 4 population lead. DauT needs to expand. Doesn't need, or needs to make sure to not get careless.
Ooh, and he's through. Andy couldn't get the house wall in time. Now the spearman that he's sending in defense is blocking the villagers, but the monks are there. Look at the stone count for Andy. 529. Where do you go with the castle? Do you feel like you're so far behind you have to get aggressive, or are you satisfied with a defensive castle to maybe make some lattice?
Against 9 step lancers on the field, it sounds like a good way to throw the game if you want to build it aggressively. I think the approach has to be defensive.
He's got 3 monks though.
Yeah, but how do you get to the middle of the map there? I think it has to be in front of your gold. Goes for extra town centers first.
Okay. 3rd town center on the right side. DauT is making another market. He already had one, did he not? Oh.
He didn't.
Okay.
He had the 200 stone, right?
I'm sorry.
It is so weird. It's a 23-minute game. DauT didn't have a market yet.
I can't believe it, Nili.
What?
I cannot believe it. I was wondering why he didn't sell the 200 stone, because he didn't have one.
Oh, yeah. We were surprised. And you even mentioned, like, oh, the earlier timing. Andy steals away the market from DauT, gets the better prices. But didn't really matter. DauT, he works in mysterious ways.
Yes, indeed. I think he had one. I'm pretty sure he had one.
Oh, and look at that. 2 monks going down. We saw a visual reaction there for Andy. Can't be happy with this. Step lancers, they're so annoying to play against.
Yeah, and DauT is just utilizing his map control currently, and Andy can't really find much to do with that Navy. The advantage that he had, right? He's not finding much damage with that. He is still expanding his fishing eco just a little bit, and that's keeping him in this game. You look at res collected, it's actually not that far behind. It's like a little over 1,000 for Andy. DauT does have the superior economy with 4th town center now completing, but Andy is still in this match.
And DauT goes for the 4th town center. Had to buy himself some stone. So still not on stone, although he expanded quite a bit. Now grouping up his step lancers. Monks moving forward. DauT, 1 relic already in his control, is now trying to get the second
4th
one.
town center for Andy. 4th town center. He still hasn't gone for that castle. He needs to expand his eco first. DauT's still taking some of that free hunt, and DauT is now on stone. So he might be thinking with the map control, he buys himself with the step lancers as an army from Andy comes up here. He might be thinking that he can afford to go for a forward castle himself. He's trying to break in on the gold. Andy has not spotted that gold. He missed it. That would have been such a massive raid for Andy.
1 single tile away. Oh, that is so incredibly fortunate for DauT. Could have been lots of villagers dead there for his gold income. Would have reduced the monks that he could have built. And those knights now running into the town centers.
Castle going up defensively for Andy. He's managed to hold out the army from DauT. He's trying to keep his villagers coming out from the town centers. And there's not much more damage that DauT can do here in this middle area. He'll continue to deny that gold, but there's other areas of gold on this map. So DauT needs to kind of shift his focus here in the next few minutes.
Monks both saved. 3rd one also gets a conversion. Not too bad for Andy. Even builds a 2nd monastery for the defense.
And he still has 11 on stone. Although it's all on that patch, maybe he's thinking another castle after this. Maybe he's thinking more latest production to push back the army from DauT as DauT gets devotion. As we know, DauT feels invincible against monks once he gets devotion.
Yeah, just jumps on there, and before that he feels the luck is against him. After that he feels like he can take every single fight in the game. Will be tricky though, Andy. He's really good with his monks and still 4 town centers. I wouldn't be even surprised to see Hillfort, honestly.
Ooh, he got that Step Lancer.
What are we thinking about Hillfort?
Hillfort's is great here. It should be, right?
I think so.
You get the extra range on your town centers. It's an extremely affordable tech, and if DauT decides to push with Siege or maybe even go for a forward castle, Hillforts can deny that castle if it's right next to the town center.
No more raids in the back. Also more conversions here happening potentially. And yeah, Andy gets some of them, but loses all his monks.
And you can see DauT just charging in there. That's a good engagement at the end of the day. Lots of monks lost from Andy. I can hear DauT screaming it now. I'm devoted! I'm devoted! Why is this happening? Andy still controlling the water too with these fire galleys, and they're constantly patrolling around. So that has to be a headache for DauT. Hillforts right here. Does that would that range with Hillforts?
I think it would. Yeah, easily. Not in the villagers probably.
Maybe not.
No.
Yeah.
It would have killed the first hammer though, if he had enough villagers in there. But yeah, doesn't really matter. Maybe accept some conversions on those villagers, and then I think we have to think about rushing to Imperial Age.
Some conversions coming in, even though DauT is devoted. As we see, Nili Pray, Devotion, Evo. Excellent. Must-have mod.
And now we see Fire Galley fight relatively irrelevant after the conversion there. And DauT, look at that, no more units in the queue. He's about to hit Castle Age, Imperial Age pretty soon on the other side. Andy, more villages, more monks, but no lighters.
Good eco balance for Andy. 42 on food right now. 8 of those are fishing ships just taking shorefish, but still looking nice. Okay, never mind. Not great eco balance, as I noticed that 10 of those villagers are taking shorefish over here. The Step Lancers coming in, getting a few conversions, but still, DauT is finding value with this unit. Demo looking for a good engagement. DauT pulls away. 97 villagers for Andy, 99 for DauT, but Imperial Age is on the way here for the Lord. 44 on food for him. Almost has enough stone for another castle. As Andy is now selling stone and thinking about going up to Imp himself. What a recovery here from Andy.
Sick, and ahead in workers, right? 96 villages against the 102. Impressive play by him for sure. The big question mark, what is DauT going for next? Some Mangolites in the queue, but with 44 on food, you could afford more Step Lancers.
It's really tough, and especially against Lithuanians. Like, it feels like Lithuanians have a nice counter to Mangolite long term, right? They have the Tower Shield Skirmishers, which could be really, really solid against those. We've got another town center, the 5th town center for Andy as he loses his starting one. It's going up in the north, and DauT is just expanding his economy. He's banking up some stone, maybe thinking about another castle. Andy also expanding his. Really, really great macro from both of these guys.
Feels like he needs the castle in the center there just to protect his army, his economy, right? Expanded with so many farms there, just double down, and then the trap war just goes so much more in your favor.
Step Lancers still roaming around. 22 kills on these Step Lancers, so DauT has found some insane value with those things. Another town center in the north from Andy as he tries to take the fight here, but the Step Lancer's still looking pretty good, and he's going to have to back up. He's trying to buy himself enough time, probably suspects that DauT will be Imperial Age first, but I think he's going to be happy with only being 30 seconds behind him.
Yeah, and he can get chemistry, he can get bombard cannons, an option that the Mongols won't have, so if we get into some shenanigans, traps against traps, might be better options for Andy.
Is he baiting him into a demo shot? Was there a demo from that dock right there?
There's one in the queue.
But it's late.
Yeah.
It's late. You got to run around first, and then you bait him back. DauT was having none of it, though. He's played against Tato enough times as DauT now comes up here with the Step Lancers. No opportunity to quick wall this, especially against Steps. And, well, those villagers are going to die. That town center is going to be denied.
Could we quickly take a look at the right-hand side and how many resources are left? Because there have been villages for quite some time. Look at that. He isn't far away from running out of resources. Maybe 10,000 wood, 12,000 wood, some stone. He needs to evacuate.
Yeah, and that main wood line is kind of controlled by DauT's second castle forward. However, Andy could maybe go to the north there where his town center is, as DauT is now pushing in towards the south. Demo is tracking the Step Lancers. Andy really wants to get rid of these things. 29 kills on them, and they're coming into the economy again.
They're not done yet. Villagers moving further forward, and DauT he's just patrolling in, and he will find more villager kills. And he sees it in
Run
time,
away
though.
from this, right into the demo. Surely.
Uh-oh.
Surely.
Demo's ready.
Surely. Boom! Nice demo there from Andy. Doesn't clear everything, but it takes a bunch of those Step Lancers away, and that's one headache somewhat eased for Andy, and another one has just begun here as DauT starts to treb down that castle. 2 trebs of his own. Here we go again. The instant replay. Step Lancers regrouping on this side, and Andy is prepared.
That was so sweet. The Step Lancer dies to the town center afterwards, but DauT's economy just too good behind this. Already massed light cap on the field, is getting so many traps out, and Andy's, look at that, that's his starting base. Looks pretty sad.
Yeah, that's not his starting base anymore. That is DauT's vacation home over there, as Andy gets another somewhat solid demo against the light cap, but the fishing ships now running out of resources, so Andy can't really take anything with that. Will Andy find the gold this time? Imagine how different this game might be if he had gotten that raid in the first place.
Absolutely. Would have been fewer Step Lancers, maybe some later Imperial Age timing as well. Couldn't afford all those traps.
Yeah.
He's floating quite a bit now, and DauT looks like he's going for the full Mangudai with
He
third
still
castle.
doesn't find it, Nili. He didn't find the gold.
Wait.
He's just assuming that DauT's never been here. Like, there's Hunt over there, bro.
There has to be Hunt,
Yeah.
and there has to be gold on this
Yeah.
part.
And DauT is so great. Like, DauT's always going to go for that, right?
Well, at some point, for sure, you have to check it. Like, you're really confused because, like, no mill, no mining camp. What's happening there? Maybe your economy is way weaker, but your 2Ks go ahead. You have to have some villagers.
Oh, great activity here from the units of DauT, spotting the villagers once again. He's just got so much value. 44-8 Eco KD in this game as Ballistics comes in for Andy before that University falls. We've got some raids on this side. DauT incredibly aware and manages to garrison the villagers, so he's not going to take any losses there. Andy somehow still at 119 villagers, 120 now, but town centers are getting trebbed down. Mangudai are following up behind that. You talked about the scarcity of the resources here on the right side. There's really nothing left for Andy to take, and Andy calls the GG, and it's kind of a rueful grin from him, and he's kind of like, man, what am I doing? Who am I playing against?
Oh, and DauT, he's relieved. This wasn't like game 1. I completely had the counter strategy to you. This was a clean macro game as well. Obviously, the early aggression weathered quite nicely. Quite some fortunate moves going for him early on. But after that, it was really intense and incredible macro by him with all the Step Lancer raids over and over again. And this is the moment to open the window.
Yeah, this is the moment for Andy to turn on that white noise button on the headphones. Oh, sorry, I can't hear anything. I'm sorry, DauT. Oh, man. Look, DauT's chatting.
And DauT fans like, ooh,
It's like, oh, that was a nice demo. That was a nice demo. Didn't really help you, but that was a good one.
And he was like, do you hear my fans?
Yeah.
Do you hear my fans? And Andy just...
Yeah. Did you see me steal those water buffalo? Did you see that?
And Andy, he gets deeper and deeper into his chair there.
Yeah. Andy says, I couldn't click up. And DauT says, I know.
Body language is a small indicator, right, of how the score is. Yeah, if you show this picture of how DauT is standing and how Andy is looking right now, and you let people predict the score, it might be 4-0 already.
Yep. Oh, man. DauT came to play here like we... Can we pan over to DauT again,
He's
please?
He's not 4 feet tall.
Andy's actually one of the tallest people here. It's never not funny.
Look at that! I got the... I got those water buffaloes, and Andy like, yeah, I heard enough of it.
I hope they were good. Holy, what a moment there. I thought Andy had such a good start, and then DauT just happens, I don't know if it was intentionally sent the scout into the town center to steal the water buffalo, or if it just happened while he was trying to react to the villagers attacking his, but stealing those, I think that's like the most impactful water buffalo steal I've seen in a very long time.
Maybe
Or
ever.
hurtable steal.
Yeah. It's crazy, right? It completely changed the direction Andy could go for. Way later fuel age timing, therefore tougher to contest the water. His archer range was delayed. The archers of DauT found way more damage, and therefore Andy just on the back foot the whole game,
Yep.
even after killing 2 wilds.
I wonder with like how low Andy's sitting in his desk, like do his feet reach over to DauT's? Like, in the middle of Dark Age, is he like slowly caressing
Yeah.
DauT's leg?
And DauT with his shoe size like 54. Maybe they're touching each other a bit. During the Sith craft, like the feet touching each other a bit.
Oh man, we have ourselves a matchup here. Game number 3, Canberra. We've got DauT playing as the Burmese, Andy playing as the Bengalis. We saw Hart go Teutons here against Andy earlier in the group stage. Hart was tower pushing into his base, and then a classic Andy moment where he just managed to trap 6 of Hart's villagers inside. He absolutely loves maps like this. There's nowhere for his opponents to run. He can get nice and close, fight with villagers or monks or towers or whatnot, and he's one of the best in the world at that.
Yeah, also some monks being included there, right? The strategic thing is, like you look at the minimap, it is smaller than all the other maps. Distance, very short there when it comes to the rush distance, and we have one single fish in the center. And you might be surprised why we are fighting that heavily over one single fish. Well, it is not an ordinary fish. It is one that has 30,000 food, and therefore we could even see 6, 8, maybe even more fishing ships around this area if someone is controlling it.
Here comes the scout from DauT. He's going to try and engage against the villager. He sees the scout from Andy, and Andy's dock is a lot closer to completing, but Andy has taken a lot of damage on this scout. He's just going to use the time of DauT attacking that to complete his dock, and his dock is going to be up first here. Bengalis or Burmese? Which civ are you favoring?
I think Bengalis have so many advantages going for themselves. Plus 2 villagers once you reach feudal age, another 2 villagers once you reach castle age. Your monks are stronger as well. If we somehow get into a fire galley fight 1v1, the Bengalis fire galley is winning as well because of the healing.
And you're getting like just 2 villagers every age. On a map like this where you're likely to have very low eco, it adds up really close. You're going to be +4 by the time you get to Castle Age. On the other side, we have Burmese. Now, Burmese are great on these close maps, arena-style maps, especially if you're going to be playing into monks, right? We can see right there the lumber camp technologies are free. That means you can go up faster to the next age, get a little bit of wood income, and you don't have to remember to click that or invest into that. The infantry has more attack per age, which is beautiful, and then the monastery technologies, 50% cheaper. Also, relics being visible is a nice bonus. You don't have to scout for them. You can just go pick them up right away.
And that helped out, right? He sees 4 relics at the top, only 1 relic at the bottom.
He knows where Andy is.
Yeah, he knew that the short rush distance is at the bottom, and that's why he could send out the villager and had small advantage in the villager war.
So DauT is going to be pushing in the deer.
Oh no!
And it's
this
a long distance.
This is something I want to see.
Yeah, this is.
Oh God! Give me your predictions.
A classic DauT moment. Predictions for when the deer gets in.
If it gets in,
I think there might be a chance that it goes back. There's also a chance it hits that wall and runs all the way over to the wood line. Beautiful mining camp there.
T90's happy. He looks at the calendar. Is it Tuesday?
It might be. That's an optimal mining camp. Stone and gold. DauT will continue pushing in the deer. He thought about just leaving it there and pulling the sheep away, and now he's locked it into his base. So that deer is just going to run to the other side of the water and continue being annoying, most likely.
Okay, that's some pretty nice play.
Oh, wow.
Kind of impressed. What's happening here? But now he has way too much on food. What is the strategy? He plays fast castle. He's actually playing fast castle. I didn't even realize. Yeah, with that amount of food, that was really solid.
Beautiful job from DauT. I'm so used to seeing him get trolled by those deer. Some of it is user error, and some of it is just him being unlucky when he's pushing a deer. It's constantly going the wrong way, but Andy is not playing fast castle. Andy is pushing forward. He's got 5 villagers. I'm surprised he sent the weak ones out here. That's very, very interesting. Maybe they were the only ones close to the town center that he could select. He will be building a house on the other side of that gold, and then most likely a tower. I think the tower should go up behind your dock so that there's no way for DauT to do any damage to it with Navy.
Like this, or?
I was thinking just like right behind the dock on the left side of it.
Okay. Well, he is taking the option to fish away from DauT, but DauT, he's not really that interested. But look at the food count. Not that pretty. Adds 2 farms now. This will be a tight, fast castle. Likely to sell his 200 stone and might even buy 200 food.
Yeah, Andy just going for a demolition raft and then a fire galley to follow up. I'm surprised it's not the other way around, but maybe, you know, he just wants to get rid of the fish initially, and then the fire galley to take out the dock. Doesn't want to waste any time. Doesn't know what DauT is doing until he sees the uptime, and he might assume now that it is a fast castle attempt from DauT. DauT is now sending villagers out to stone. So it might be a castle forward, could be a Rambai, or could, you know, Nili, it could be like castle forward into like some sort of monk follow-up or something along those lines.
But why, if you have a forward castle, do you follow up with some monks? That is quite surprising, especially if you know that 4 relics are at the top and you always want to build the castle at the bottom. So most likely, is this just a YOLO, send 14 villagers, build a castle in the face of the opponent?
I mean, most likely. There's not going to be anything there from Andy. He's not going to be Castle H. He's going to have that fish in the center, which you probably need to take care of. There might even be an argument for DauT to castle drop the fish.
The scout, that's the main story here. The low HP scout of Andy from very early on. Andy might struggle to scout DauT's strategy here.
Okay. Andy still has the fishing ships in the center. Remember, 30,000 fish there, and DauT will be going for a demo. And until that dock is dead, Andy has to constantly worry about investing into a unit that DauT can just take out with one of his. So this demo will come out, and if DauT positions it correctly, could have potential to snipe 4 fishing ships.
We want to take a look there. Vodka's in the center, please. Let's take a look at the potential demo here. Gets in there. Gets 2.
2 is not bad.
Yeah, micros nicely
2 is
against
fine.
it. DauT 10 on stone now. Most likely spot actually probably going to be next to his dock, right? Blocks the food, controls the gold, allows him to fish himself.
Do you want to castle drop in the south there? Like, why not just go in the? Why take a chance? Why not just go in the north?
Maybe
Your Rambai can clear that up anyway.
That's also where he has all the villagers, right? That's not the craziest rush distance. Like, this map is so tiny. Let's zoom out a bit more after we see the demo.
Huh!
Gets 2, nice. Like the rush distance.
I mean, zoom back a little.
Vodka, we are not in Canberra. The map is called Canberra. He sends the build. He sends the boys, Dave.
He sends the boys and a few girls as well, and they're coming forward. And does he castle drop this center area? That seems the most likely here. He wants to deny that fish from Andy. Andy, on the flip side, is about to click up to the castle age with some market usage of his own. Now, the only question is whether DauT goes for the main base castle drop or the castle drop in the center. It's a monastery first from DauT as he's waiting for Loom. And Andy knows that things are about to get really, really hectic. He still doesn't have a scout over there giving him any information about what DauT's up to.
Look at the stone count of DauT. Needs 650, has
Oh
exactly
my God,
650.
perfectly.
Wow. Absolutely on point. Builds the castle to control the stone, blocks out the fish there as well, and will threaten the walls. Nice castle that is just having so many areas that it's threatening.
Yeah, it allows you to bust into the walls, like you said. It allows you to deny that fish as Andy now shifts his fishing ship over to DauT's base to try and take those shorefish there because he knows that the middle is no longer safe. He's almost in Castle H himself. He is not on stone himself, so we question, what is the solution to Rambai for the Megalis? It's probably going to be monks.
Yeah, and a lot of them. I think maybe even open triple monastery is the way to go. And a Rambai? Well, we could do a bit of math there, right? I don't think... Oh, the demo.
DauT's going back onto stone, and Andy is wisely stonewalling behind that. He's just trying to buy himself as much time as possible. Beautiful. Really, really solid job here from Andy. He needs to buy himself another probably minute until the monks are out. Minute and a half, maybe. DauT knows that he needs to follow this up quickly because Andy is ahead economically due to the fish and the extra villagers he got from before. DauT is now building a siege workshop forward in Andy's base. He's got the monk grabbing the relics, and he's still got more villagers on stone.
Transporter. It could have been a transporter. DauT, he controls enough of the area. I think now it might be a bit too late. The dock could die, but a transporter could have made so much sense here. Could have gotten into the gold.
You get the Rambai in there before the monks are out. It's devastating, right? Maybe deny that town center. But Andy, getting the town center completed by the time these Rambai get through the stone walls, and of course, the Bengali monks are so strong. 3 pierce armor on those will mean that the Rambai take quite a few hits to get through and kill them. Andy sitting at 36 villagers, DauT at 33.
Where is both monasteries? I only see one here. The other one is in the center. Or where did he build it? Oh yeah, built it here. Will only get one relic for himself though.
Because there's only one relic in the south. There was 4 in the north.
Yeah.
Now, do you think DauT should go back onto the fish in the center?
Well, I wouldn't mind it, right? Although, no, how do you clear up the tower?
Yeah, true.
You don't. It's like fish. It's such a major story, but now it became irrelevant because both players have the perfect answer to it.
Yeah, and he's playing a wood-gold composition, right? So you want to keep that wood for more military units. Sanctity now coming in. For Andy, he'll need Redemption too. Doesn't quite have enough gold for that as DauT continues the push. And let's take a look at DauT's stone count, 250. So he's still 400 stone away from a follow-up castle, which could help him a ton.
Atonement now.
To get through.
Obviously, the Monk tax cheaper for me, as we mentioned earlier, could be a nice answer to the Monk defense here from FreakinAndy. He has 3 Monks out right now. No Redemption, but gets Sanctity. Now Redemption as a follow-up, so more HP for them, and he can soon convert those Mangonels short from the Mangonel into the berries.
I think Atonement is a sick play from DauT, but I think there's a risk here that the positioning is just not going to be good for him. Like, I think Andy might be able to trap this army in if he gets some good conversions on the Aaron by early.
Oh!
He might be able to kill the monks, but he doesn't get conversions on those. Good Mangonel shot there from DauT. Unfortunately for him, he does lose the scout, but Atonement is in, and he will need to delete this monk.
He doesn't have Atonement and has to delete it. Incredible play by DauT. The timing there. Just masterful.
Yeah, that's just a sick play from DauT. He's really prioritizing the correct text at the correct time, and he's catching Andy off guard. Atonement now coming out as a response from Andy. He already has Redemption. He has Sanctity. If it's an all-out monk battle between these two, Andy probably has the better eco and the better upgrades to take that. But DauT has the timing advantage. DauT has the positional advantage. DauT has enough stone for a castle here. In game 3, he's up 2-0.
Important to not kill his own castle. Important to not kill his
own...
No way! He killed his own castle with his own Mangonel.
Why was that house there? What? That's what DauT's saying right now. He accidentally denies his own castle 650 stone down the drain for DauT, and there's some life here for Andy.
And so much life now. 6 more villagers. The defense will be reasonable for him. He has the monks out. He will get the defensive tower. And that would have been potentially the game-ending castle.
We've seen many DauT castles in our casting career. I don't think I've ever seen one from him quite like that in quite such an important moment. He's bound to be super frustrated with himself. He's still not in a terrible position, but Andy, he's got some room to breathe, and now he can mass his monk numbers and start pushing across the field.
And this is how Andy wants to play, right? Defensive, strategic play here. And we can take a look at it again. Look at the stone count there at the top. 670 now drops to 40, and the Mangonel shot.
God, it was at the perfect time, dude. It was just at the perfect time. Why is the Mangonel attacking the house? Says DauT.
Oh, God. That hurts much. And now Andy's trying to return the favor. He's sending the villagers over there and tries to get a castle up in DauT's face.
Town center first for Andy, and then he'll follow it up right after that. You can see the monks in the middle here. DauT is getting devotion. DauT still only has 8 Arumbai. It looks like he wants to prioritize Imperial Age now. He's kind of building up the food. He's building up the gold. Maybe sell his wood and try and get Trebs on the field, but it's going to be really difficult against the amount of monks that Andy has with the upgrades that he has. What a moment for Andy and for DauT there. Like, that's just crazy. He killed his own castle.
Complete switch there. DauT, his economy isn't that great. I wouldn't even be surprised. Can we quickly click a market and see the prices? Because look at that. As expected, their prices are really bad right now. You only get 38 gold.
Big moment here for DauT. Big moment here for DauT. Big moment for Andy. Is Andy paying attention right away? DauT is devoted. DauT is devoted. He's coming in here with the Arumbai. He gets 1 monk. He gets 2 monks. He gets a 3rd. Only 1 Arumbai getting converted, but there's 2 monks behind that as DauT comes in, and devotion is paying off. He snipes another monk. He only got 1 Arumbai converted, and the villagers are all going down.
And DauT denies 2 castles in 1 minute there. First his own, and now the castle of Andy.
He's a pro. What can you say? He's an absolute pro at castles, not completing. Andy will follow up with more villagers, chasing another monk from DauT. DauT pulls it back to the castle, and DauT is on the way to Imperial Age.
And this is... How do you even answer that as Andy? He has 200 food, queues up more villagers. Look at that. He is trying to boom this. But DauT, surprisingly enough, he's not a boomer.
Yeah, only 10 villagers ahead for Andy, too. You'd think it would be more as the Erenbai come in. Again, the monks are converting. 1, 2, 3 are targeted. He gets 1. He gets 2. He gets a 3rd. And the Erenbai are weak from DauT, and the monks are tanky. They're healing up Erenbai from Andy as DauT is unable to deny this castle. However, Imperial H just 2 minutes away for the Lord.
Erenbai are not a unit anymore. You don't want to go for more Erenbai. From here on, it is full monk play, and DauT should count on getting all the crucial upgrades that are half the cost for him. Should easily go for something like block printing the moment he reaches him.
I like the way he's banking wood and gold too. Like, he's getting ready for the trap production. He's getting ready for the monk production. A lot of times you get to imp and there's nothing in the bank, right? You can't take advantage of that timing. But DauT is going to be ready when he reaches the next age. Now is forced to delete a monk and 2 Erenbai. Those converted Erenbai will continue to be annoying to him. But the Imperial Age timing, what can DauT do with it?
I think he needs maybe to buy himself some stone at home and try to defend it, because now the base is really open. I think it's a bit sloppy that he didn't stonewall there.
I mean...
Still has stone he could go for.
He needs the res for Trebs and monk techs, right? He needs it for...
Stonewalls.
Maybe he's going for palisade walls as the Erenbai come in.
Uh-oh.
Lots of HP left on those Erenbai. Those are super frustrating units because they used to be in your army, and now your opponent is using them against you. Very, very frustrating times here for DauT as he's going to use the monk to try and convert them. You see Andy now sniping the monks, sniping the villagers from DauT. Great micro from him. Market being converted, blacksmith being converted. Imperial Age comes in, but Andy has clicked up to the next stage.
DauT not having enough monasteries. I think he only has 3 monasteries. What to see the block printing upgrade there as well. 14 on food, not really needed. Now block printing comes in. 3 more range for those monks. Now the big question, do you try to harass the main base or do you try to take out the castle first?
I think you have to take out the castle first, right? I think if you don't take out that castle, you're in big trouble against these monks. You can never push them back. If you feel like Andy is on the way to Imperial Age anyway. If you feel like Andy is still in Castle Age, then you can push the main base.
Or maybe if you feel Andy is going to Imperial Age and one of the TCs at the front there might be his MTC. DauT
not, though.
Might think so, but yeah, way too clever Andy here. We've seen the prioritization earlier in the Cumin game, and he thinks about it as well again. Now Theocracy coming in.
How can DauT...
Faith!
Oh, that's what I was saying. How can DauT afford, or sorry, how can DauT use that food that he had in the bank? He's come up with a solution. Remember, monastery techs are 50% cheaper with Burmese. Faith, a lot cheaper than it used to be, obviously combined with Devotion now for the same effect that it previously had, but with Burmese, it's doubled cheap, and DauT is going to be fully devoted, fully faithed up. Andy's monks shouldn't be able to get easy conversions on him. However, the Ratha continue to be frustrating in the back of DauT's eco.
Only 10 on gold here for DauT. I wouldn't mind to see like 20 on gold. Now more conversions against the monk there. Townsend is trying to help out against the monks at the left-hand side. 1 conversion against the Ratha, and monks healing up each other up. And actually they are getting away. What?
He has to leave. Andy's like, why am I not getting this conversion? Well, it's because he has faith. He can't get the monk, and the TC was firing away at them. Castle is now being trapped down. DauT gets a couple conversions. He might get another one. He's got block printing. Double faith!
I think I've never seen a game where we had double faith. Holy moly, we even have a new upgrade before faith, the Devotion upgrade, to make plays against monks a bit better. We very rarely see the next step. Monks heavily nerfed in the last patch, but still going for the counter monk upgrades.
Still 15 seconds away from Faith. When DauT got that conversion, the monk survives on 1 HP. The Ratha are still doing work in DauT's eco. 85 villagers for Andy, 53 villagers for DauT, but the castle will go down forward. Now both players having faith, having most of the monk upgrades. What a crazy game as Andy extends to the north. Remember, DauT has 4 relics throughout this entire process, so he's had some decent additional income, and long term that's really going to help him if Andy can't stop that.
And the map is so incredibly small. With those traps, you can range so many town centers, can do so
And
much.
houses and castles. He's Omega housed, right?
Omega housed, absolutely. Town center goes down as well there potentially. And more houses in the range of the traps. That's horrible.
Yeah, and once DauT sees that, he might put the pieces together and figure out the Andy's house and start deliberately targeting that stuff. Sometimes you just get a feel for it if you're really in the state of the game here, as DauT now tries to convert the Ratha and stop these random villagers from Andy from escaping. Andy is on the run there. He's got a town center stealthily in the north, but he can't stop the push from DauT in the south.
Look at that, resources destroyed, so much for DauT. Those traps already found so much damage, and now the next town center is getting attacked. Andy is trying to run, but he can't.
Look at the monk numbers, 22 for DauT, 0 for Andy, 6 in the queue. Oh man.
A single unit here out when it comes to military, but that one will get converted pretty soon as well. 22 monks. DauT, he can convert everything. He didn't even have sanctity.
And this is after he denied his own castle. He kind of opened the door just a crack for Andy to come back in this game. But what a recovery here from DauT. You said he didn't have sanctity. And I'm just now processing the implications of that throughout this game. Remember, it's half price, folks.
And so much better, right? 50% extra HP on all your monks. He has 29 of them on the field now, 25 monks, 3 more of those traps. Now finds the area at the top. Andy tries to go for a desperate move, tries to tag into Lightcap. A great unit against some monks, but not against 27 of them.
Oh my goodness, there's a wave of religion slowly making its way into Andy's base. He's got some towers to try and push that back, but Andy continues the migration into the north as DauT. I'm calling him Monk now. As DauT
It's the same. It's the same.
It's basically the same. DauT continues to get some good conversions in the south. So great job from him, and every villager he converts is a 2-villager swing. Take 1 away from your opponent, add it to yourself. What are the solutions here from Andy? It's just got to be some Lightcav push, but there's simply too many monks. He's trying to wall in the vills now.
How do you go for mass Lightcap with 8 on food, Dave? He has 2 on the field, 3 more in the queue, but you need like 20 Lightcav to clear this one up. DauT has all the upgrades.
Beautiful game. Absolutely beautiful game from both players.
Now see conversion and dissertation at the bottom. 24 or 42 against 20 there.
Yeah, and that's the bonus of getting, you know, devotion earlier. You get faith earlier. He had block printing earlier. DauT was just hitting the timings. Andy was constantly recovering. And double faith. Can Andy get the conversions that he needs? He's got 9 monks right now. DauT has 30 monks with 12 in the queue.
The Lightcap, and he gets the Lightcap at the left-hand side instantly. That's so good for DauT as well.
Yeah, so
villagers are being sent in.
Perfectly. Villagers are going to try and take out the trebs, but DauT is just sitting here with the monks. This is a crazy engagement on the front. DauT continues to work away with the trebs. It feels like the light cav are going to be enough here from Andy. The villagers are going to be enough, so this army will disappear. The castle has locked down that northern area a little bit for Andy. Is there a chance that he can pull himself back into this game? He still has 84 villagers. Now he's got 12 monks.
Population is even. DauT still only, I think, 3 monasteries. Could we quickly check that? I think he has 13 monks in the queue. He could have 50% more army.
Oh
only
boy.
those 3.
Only those 3. And now a treb out from Andy in the north there. DauT still hanging around.
Oh, 9 monks there!
Oh my goodness, so many idle monks in the south. He's got monks working away in the north. It's just hard to keep yourself focused in a game like this. You're constantly clicking monks, constantly checking the faith remaining on them and whether they can get new conversions. So many units targeted here, 61 conversions now for DauT in total. Maybe we can get a look at the POV of what the players are doing here.
Absolute madness. Mass idle villagers there for Andy, as you can see, is trying to expand, tries to go for more gold. On the left-hand side, we see DauT, and we can see the APM not too far off from both of them.
Yeah, DauT's doing a really solid job here. Andy, the same as Andy tries to push back DauT. We'll go back to the observer POV here. The treb stack from DauT is impressive behind that wood line, and he's taken out the castle from Andy. Andy has 1 treb. He's got all these villagers, 23 villagers, 7 monks, 2 light calves, a treb and a dream, as he tries to push back this position from DauT. Also, all of his monks are currently converting monks from DauT. DauT needs to stay on top of this.
18 monks in the queue there. It simply needs some more monasteries, but tough to realize here. He feels like, okay, I'm at the limit there with my gold income. He has 44 on gold, Dave.
44 on gold and the 4 relics too. The Trebs are now working away on the siege workshop. Andy just casually runs right underneath. DauT's TC in the north for another town center over there. He's still trying to run. He's still trying to expand his eco and trying to get conversions at the same time. Villagers working away on the Trebs. This is kind of the second game he's played in this tournament where he's had villagers constantly attacking Trebs at all times, and he continues to find value with them. Conversions now at 77 for DauT, 47 for Andy.
Man, absolute crazy. And oh, Lightcap showing up at the bottom, and DauT not really taking care of that. That could be quite some nice kills, and that is an exposed gold then.
4 more monasteries for DauT.
Finally.
This is exactly what we needed.
27 monks in the queue.
You know it's bad when you have double the amount of monks in the queue than you have on the field.
Oh.
Holy, Trebs still alive, 2 of them. So many monasteries coming up, and that Lightcav is putting in work down there. Andy's not giving up. He refuses to give up. DauT is now going forward with the TC because he doesn't see the town center from Andy over in the north, and this map has just provided us with some of the most wild games here in NAC 5.
One of the most banned maps as well, because people don't want to accept this madness. They don't want to play against crazy players like Andy and like DauT on these maps.
Lightcav continues to put in work in the south. He continues to kill villagers. Eco count right now, 55 for Andy, 87 for DauT, but if Andy gets a villager conversion with each one of his monks, he'll be ahead in villager count, so.
88 against 55. Finally, look at all those monasteries. Isn't that pretty? That's something that Barbecue Turkman would screenshot and post it on socials.
Absolutely beautiful. Those monasteries, Nili. There's so many. So many. It's a ghost town.
What is this castle?
DauT's main eco. He goes to the castle because he saw the town center. He couldn't get away with the town center of his own. He's currently trying to convert the vills in the north as Andy tries to convert the monks from DauT, but DauT converts the monks back. They used to be his monks that are now DauT's monks that are now going over to Andy's side again. Can't quite decide on which religion they want to follow at the moment. So many monks targeted as they're standing in the open field shouting at the other old men. Conversions are now 98 to 71 in favor of DauT.
Let's take a look at this 26 on gold. Now, where is he even clicking? As you can see, it just tries to make something happen with the Rambai. Quite questionable that he
Look
moves
at the
into
monk
monks. Look at that, yeah. And more monks coming in. And he just right-clicks, next click. Okay, try to convert this one. There's no hotkeys. There's not a single... Look at that. He has one single group with 8 monks and another group with some traps.
You know how it is. As soon as your monks are spread out, as soon as you have like 30 of them, control groups go out the window. You just don't have time to set them up. You just have to point and click. We see Andy with the priest mod there, and Andy is pushing forward with villagers. He just made a mining camp, I believe. Okay, there's a stone there.
Town center, yeah, but he eats all those conversions there, as we can see, tries to make something happen, lots more clicking for him, and only has one single group basically with 18 villagers.
He doesn't know what to do. You can tell just by looking at his movements here. He's like moving a light cav around. He's not attacking anything.
Yeah.
He doesn't know where to go. He doesn't know what to do. DauT seems to be everywhere that Andy tries to push one. An extremely casual 41 monks on the field here for DauT. We've got only 1 in the queue for Andy and only 8 on the field.
We're about to break the 200 conversion count in this game. Andy's body language clearly showing that he's not happy with how this game is going, and DauT on the verge of a 100 population lead.
And this is a monk stack you just can't get rid of. It doesn't matter how many light kev you had. How many would you need? You need like 15? Something like that to even approach attacking this?
Approach you can, but you won't be enough. It's now 50 monks on the map.
Oh my goodness. And DauT still has 15 behind. He's got the converted Aaron by, and he's like, what on earth did I just experience? DauT is like, oh yeah.
Madre mia. And he's like, oh, Andy, when I killed my castle.
Yeah. I gave that to you, and I still take it.
Yeah.
The micro.
Yeah. Oh,
what
God.
did we just watch?
Andy gets smaller and smaller.
Can we have the cam back?
And DauT is standing up, and he's like, oh, God. I'm so good. Just imagine I wouldn't have killed my castle there, and then we would have had a 20-minute game. I would have already been doing the internet recount.
I'm devoted. Sir, are you sure this would destroy your own castle? Don't doubt me. I have double faith.
Oh.
True.
How did we get that image, right? The construction workers and DauT is like, oh, look at that. The camera's following. That's the best workout he's ever done.
Where is he? Oh,
We
there.
found him.
He's feeling it right now. Holy, he's feeling. What a turnaround.
Do you think he would have done that if he was down 0-3?
No. No.
I would have guessed so as well.
No, I don't think so.
If you-
Damn, dude. I feel like Andy's actually playing really well right now.
Yeah.
Like, DauT is just out-strategizing him.
That castle there at the side,
Yeah.
right? Realizing the 4 relics were there helped quite a bit as well. Andy with a nice aggression. And yeah, just the Rembai getting so much done on Andy. Maybe a bit too slow there with the stonewall at the bottom. And then DauT got the aggression in a bit earlier. Just like 30 seconds more for Andy. Gets those monks out. And then I think he stops the aggression.
It's so rough, though, because, like, it's... the fact he managed to stay in not only last game after the position he was in, and then the game before that, too. The Hippopotamus game. He stayed in a very long time after an extremely rough start. Andy has to be feeling like, where can I go from now? Golden Lakes is left for him. He still has Portuguese, Byzantines, Franks, Vietnamese, Hindustanis. But we have all 3 of DauT's home maps available. And DauT is out-strategizing him on his own home maps.
That's sick. Absolutely sick there. Hippopotamus was obviously a brilliant game there, and now Canberra. I'm just so impressed. And Golden Lakes, very likely the next option there. Byzantines have to feel really strong. Dravidians, an early pick for DauT, both not too unlikely. But then again, we have to think, what are we putting on Northern Crossings? Oh, that's likely Dravidians. So Golden Lakes, maybe Malians. But Malians as the first pick to then play it on Golden Lakes feels a bit odd to me.
We see some players here.
Social
Dash
media
over to
team.
the side. Social media team there. Using the laptop the way it's meant to be used. Getting some stretches in as well. Tristan at the back. And Tiramis.
He's preparing a new guessing game there that we are trying to play tomorrow or the day afterwards in between. Pretty nice there. And that also includes...
Andy's getting lower. Can we get another comparison coming up here? I feel it. DauT is sitting up taller with every win.
Yeah.
Andy's
He, like increases his chair.
Okay,
a
here
bit.
we go. Here's DauT. Okay, and we
Okay,
pan,
right.
and we pan,
Mhm.
and we pan, and we pan. That will never not be funny.
Oh. And now we look at his
We
belly.
also see a chin.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh.
Here we go again.
Oh, God. Oh, but they're actually into the game. Oh. And this is like probably something where someone that has a lot of tournament experience could handle the situation. But Andy, the first ever big offline tournament for him, his biggest run in a big S-tier tournament as well. This is pretty ugly, right? This would be a tough situation for you if you play online, if you're down 3-0. But this guy starting to dance and berate you after every game, this has to be really tough for his mindset.
Yeah. This is, you know, he didn't expect to be here. He thought he would, in his words, get clapped 0-5, and then he made his way through to the playoffs. He's been feeling really confident about himself and his play, and now he's on one of DauT's home maps. He knows he needs to win on every single one of DauT's home maps to stay in the tournament. He's not going to go to his own, maybe hold on to that until later. And we will see Northern Crossings, FreakinAndy with a great civ here, the Byzantines, DauT playing as Dravidians, and DauT is going to manage to find a couple sheep from Andy really early
Andy's
with that
house.
transport
Oh, no,
ship.
okay. Just for a second. Sorry, I got overexcited there. And yeah, that could be a bit annoying, honestly. But Scout could be around and finding those quite quickly. Oh no, it's actually pushing deer. No, deer. The sheep
And
actually
DauT
run.
just gives the sheep right back.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough.
Okay. Does he... DauT surely knows you can load them up into the transport ship. You just Nili, to explain to everyone at home, Nili very slowly smiled and then slowly turned and made eye contact with me when I asked that question.
Sometimes they don't need words.
Yeah.
3-0 for DauT. Andy, this is tricky, and this is one of the home maps of DauT. As we said earlier, Northern Crossings, DauT should have way more experience. A map that we have seen a lot over Red Bulls. I think we have seen it in Warlords as well. So pretty similar there. But we have one small change here compared to Northern Isles. We have included 2 crossings there in between the 2 islands where you can simply access the area for your opponent, and therefore we expect a bit more land aggression. And as you can see, those 2 transport ships getting a good idea where you can go to the opponent.
It's a small change, but very big ramifications of that change. Like, you can just send villagers across, even if you lost your transport ship early. You can send like 10 vills at a time rather than just 5, and you can apply that pressure really, really quickly. I think DauT went for a forward the last time we played Andy on this map. They actually played it in their first best of 5. And I think he got, what, an archer range, a tower, a siege workshop, all the way behind Andy's base.
Yeah, we can see some wild madness here. And it feels like Transporter gives you an option to land the front, land the back. Then you have aggression from the side. And it is not as one-dimensional there when it comes to the water options. Both going for the front dock. Typically something Byzantines likes. If they can play like 2-dock versus 2-dock, full fire galley, with a faster attack rate, they should be looking quite hot there. Considered to be one of the strongest water civilizations. The fire galley is so much better. And later on, those Dromans. That's basically the manual of the sea.
Yep.
Could be crazy.
And a faster attack rate for the Dromans, which a lot of people forget about. It doesn't only affect the fire ships, it also affects the Dromans too. Also, advancing to the Imperial Age cheaper is so valuable, right? You hit that timing slightly before your opponent. However, on the other side, we have DauT playing as the Dravidians, and Dravidians are fantastic on these water mats. You get 200 wood when advancing to the next stage. Your fishing ships carry more, which is great. And look at this. Andy is not spotting the barracks here from DauT. He's forward with the scout, but he's just kind of hanging around.
He has to see it, right? No.
He doesn't see it, dude.
And it's going to
He's
red army. That's so unfortunate for him.
Just unlucky.
Oh, that has to hurt. Oh god, 1 tile away from knowing exactly what's coming, and it's so easy to defend it then, right? You just wall up at home, get your archers out slowly, but you know, okay, it's looking good for me on water because the opponent doesn't have a lot of docks. But this way, completely caught off guard.
I think Andy might spot this with Byzantines. If DauT loads in that transport ship, he has Town Watch. Now that he's in Feudal Age, I think Andy might see this. So if we could go to Andy's point of view, or not point of view, but scouting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he will see this. So really, really solid job. He's also got the transport ship here. And full vision, because of Town Watch, he's going to see that transport ship. Now, whether he knows what's inside of that is a question. And DauT will be unloading in the darkness there. Andy is going to go investigate with his own transport ship. He sees the men-at-arms. He's going to have maybe not as much time as he otherwise would if he explored the barracks earlier, but he's going to have quite a bit of warning for what's coming towards him.
Was scout fighting there, nice quick waltz, now needs to make sure, okay, I don't take any damage, just waltz this one off, nice preemptive waltz, needs to make sure that those men-at-arms are not finding any damage.
Beautiful job from Andy, preemptively walling there. As we switch back to our observer point of view, DauT is going to be repairing the fire galley, but you always lose the 1v1 against those fire galleys from the Byzantines in the open ocean, and sometimes even with that villager repairing. Doesn't look like the case this time. Andy's going to have to retreat, still busy at home, and chasing those fishing ships away from DauT. So actually a decent start for Andy. DauT hasn't found much value with those men-at-arms he made yet.
And Andy, really confident there. I think still without the loom. Just knows, okay, I will have the walls up, your men-at-arms. They can't shoot over my walls, and therefore, just completely walled. I love it. Very calm.
Oh, good scouting from Andy. He found the villager from DauT. Remember, last time DauT went for a forward, and he went for a single villager tower. DauT pulls away with the men-at-arms. No, he's got to be so frustrated about that. He had a way in.
Oh, that could have been 3 dead villagers, right? No men-at-arms there with some nice blocking. Could have been an option. They were relatively far away from the town center.
Oh man, I wonder what his thought process was there. Maybe he wasn't sure what was behind. Maybe he thought he was going to get trapped. Maybe he was paying attention to something else. But DauT not finding immediate value, and you can see the Byzantine fires just absolutely ripping through these ships 3-on-1, and they're going to turn around and deal with that final fire galley. DauT still forward with the men-at-arms. The villager was, I believe, cleared up, or maybe he ran away with that. There's no longer a villager forward.
Maybe we can take a look. Those spearmen, maybe they have a kill, and then get an idea. This one doesn't. The
Nope.
0 kills. Something happened to that villager.
Reloaded
then.
to the transport ship or something?
Yep, looks like it.
Ooh, but there's a fire there. Oh, it goes down so quick, Nili.
Isn't this crazy?
Holy, that thing is burning.
That could be the dead villager, plus
Yep.
a lot of scouting loss. Skirms fighting this
Nice
one.
job. Really, really nice job. DauT is going to be looking for that transport ship later. He probably has it on a control group, and he's going to keep pressing it. Like, where did it go? But that villager is not getting home safely. Andy, with skirmishers here, he's got some spearmen. He should be able to defend against those men-at-arms, and DauT a little bit too late with that villager. He might lose another one to the fires.
Funnily enough, both players docked in the center, but both docked at home now, or further back, to get some fishing ships. DauT already double dock in the back there. Quite some beautiful numbers for himself. Needs to go for some fire galleys pretty soon. Andy with the back dock as well. It feels like a good opening for Andy, but DauT can boom away from this.
I mean, DauT's men-at-arms, while they haven't gotten direct damage, they've still forced out the walls, right? And Andy has looped around really, really quickly with those fire galleys, and he's going to find the fish at the back.
Uh-oh, this will be tricky now. Is he going for the dock here? Yeah, he's not really going for the fire, for the fishing ships
But
yet.
there's another one.
Another one to the left-hand side might intercept this villager in some danger. Oh, this will be tricky, but still not really the prioritization. And now DauT is arresting the front.
Yeah, DauT killing the fishing ships quite a bit slower than Andy does, as now the fire galley still has not yet killed a fishing ship, and Andy will come along with a defensive fire galley of his own. We look at the resources right now. Both players near to clicking up. I think DauT is probably going to be about 10-15 seconds faster than Andy, but still, competitive uptimes here, and DauT only with 6 fishing ships alive. They've been on the run the entire time. Andy, more resources collected overall.
And keeps his turn at stone, although he had a market, therefore knowing, okay, this is likely going to be a long, long game. Is planning with potentially 3 town centers here for himself. Gets the gold upgrade, wouldn't be surprised if even the farm upgrade might be one of his next steps. Some fishing ships added in the back most likely. And this one will stabilize quite a bit.
Nice job taking out the spearman there from DauT. He's going to retreat now with the fire galley, but there is a problem here with those skirmishers coming forward. DauT will need some army in defense. And remember, he only really had that barracks. It seems like he's added into stable, though, at the same time.
DauT did?
Where is that?
Ooh.
It's in the north side there.
What are we building scouts for? Maybe trying to go for some light cav there? Maybe trying to intercept some of the monks, trying to get some relics? Or is it just an answer to the skirms? Because there are no spearmen around.
It's difficult to know, right? Like, he's built it in the north there, which tells me that he wants to hide that and then come in and maybe snipe monks when Andy is trying to collect the relics, but the skirmishers are going to be here, and he's going to end up using those against the skirms. I don't believe there's a spearman because he killed it with the fire early, so these scouts should find some really great value.
Yeah, we'll kill all the skirmishers, but typically Dravidians, we don't really even mention their stable because it is so underwhelming there. Very few unit choices. We are missing some key upgrades there, and the blacksmith there in the end as well. And those scouts even getting a 5th friend. I'm surprised how much DauT is committing to those.
That's some really heavy investment onto scouts. Really, really heavy investment. Andy will simply go for 2 more town centers, one to the north, one to the south of his starting TC. And he's kind of controlling the water with his fire galleys too. So the scouts are going to have trouble making their way across that marshland there. However, Andy a little bit later to the war galley upgrade, and he's getting his fires cleared at the back. So DauT will continue to defend his fish. Great defense over here from Andy. DauT just can't get across.
Yeah, not if he doesn't want to accept some HP losses. And the triple TC play answered by the double TC play from DauT. Make it triple TC play. Oh boy, we have a game on our hands. This one is going long.
Predictions?
54 minutes, 57 seconds.
47 minutes and 12 seconds.
Oh,
Yep.
okay, okay. I think we might even think far ahead here, in the sense that the water is stabilizing in the back, and we might even consider seeing someone front docking and go for the middle, right? Because that's where we have a lot of extra gold, extra stone. The 5th relic is hiding there as well. You have 2 relics on both starting islands. We made sure that each of the islands has the same amount of wood, so that will be completely equal and shouldn't decide the game.
Long term, which civ do you like better?
Byzantines.
Byzantines?
Big Byzantines fan.
Okay.
Thing is, the only option against Byzantines is kind of the demo. We have heavy demo on the side for Dravidians, but with the new Dromans and you can ground attack there, I don't think that's the greatest option.
There go the fish for DauT, and the fishing ships are still alive for the time being for Andy. He's added a few more of those, as DauT does not really have a presence on water at all. So Andy is keeping his town centers running with the fishing economy. DauT is going to have to add something on land to keep his going. And you can see that reflected just a little bit in the villager count currently. 51 villagers for Andy, 46 villagers for DauT. More res collected for Andy as well, as the light cav, unsurprisingly from the Dravidians, finding not a lot of value in the economy from Andy.
How does DauT have 7 on food and no idle TC time? How is that a thing?
I think maybe he was collecting the ibex, or you know, the fishing ships were bringing in quite a bit of food. Remember, Dravidian fishing ships carry more, so when they drop off.
But most of them died, right?
Well, maybe they dropped off before they died.
Okay,
Yeah.
maybe that did. And Doc dies there. Now we see the farm upgrade, only 10 on food. And DauT still keeps his town centers running. I wouldn't be surprised if he buys himself even another 100, 200 food, because he should be at the limit with it.
Really good position for Andy, though. Holding over here with the Spearman and a forward siege workshop with 3 town centers behind. DauT's got a monk out of his monastery. He's trying to convert the fire galleys. Won't get him, but he will grab that relic. And the light cav are looping around to the north again, but Andy is wise to the situation. He's got Spearmen in the exposed areas of his economy. DauT will try to go for a siege workshop in the north, but the Spearmen are there. And remember, town patrol for Andy, so he can see a lot of this stuff before it actually hits his economy.
Yeah, so much vision there. Might even spot the siege workshop. Oh, builds the house there to block it. That's really nice for him. Quite interesting that we see soon 14 spearmen out on the field against Dravidians.
2 villagers coming across. There's a house foundation there from Andy. The 2 vills from DauT will build the siege workshop anyway. He's got the light cav here, and he's going to pick off a few villagers from our blue player, but Andy in the south also has a forward of his own, and look at this. He's got the fire galleys in the middle controlling that rocky terrain. He's got the monks converting. He's got the spearmen near the gold, and he even converts himself a few extra villagers to make more forward buildings as the Mangonel works away on that TC. DauT is under an amazing amount of pressure here in the south.
Oh, that was just 15 villages on stone, but the Mangonel should maybe prevent that. DauT, does he have a second stone spot maybe at the top? Could be a good option for him to somehow get a cast up. I wouldn't be surprised if he soon sends 15 villagers there. He has way too much wood anyways.
Really nice macro from DauT to start adding in those farms while all this is happening. You can see he's up to 22 on food, and he's not taking advantage of the fish there, so it's really, really difficult to do that at the same time he's being pushed. And he looks like he wants to go for a gate on the other side of that town center, which is interesting. He's trying to trap in the villagers from DauT, prevent anything from coming over there, and maybe converting his units too. And the pikemen have dealt with the siege forward, so really, really solid job here from Andy. Almost has enough to click up to Imperial Age with Byzantines too.
Yeah, and we made all that wild prediction when it came to the play times, but we underestimated the power of Andy, and killing the fish just made it so much easier for Andy to have the extra resources to put them out on the map. DauT is going for the 4th town center, is trying to make something happen with his light cap, but how against that amount of pikemen?
It's crazy, and how against this Imperial Age timing? And if you're in Andy's position, as he goes for a castle forward now, if you're in Andy's position, you can make Dramans right away without chemistry. However, DauT has something to say about this. He's coming in with the light cap. There's pikemen here for Andy. Good attack rounds coming in, getting a little bit of additional damage, and the Dravidian light cap don't seem to be enough, as Andy will bait these likely back into his pikemen and his fire ship. There's not much of a military at all from DauT to deny this forward castle if Andy sends enough villagers.
Oh, Lightcav still 3 alive, but really low HP. Maybe ground attack. No, not happening there. Lots of villagers dying there for Andy. Therefore, the TC still not built. But that was another nice shot. Killed 16 economic units by now.
Yeah, those villagers are super weak too. He's trying to get the attack rounds down. He needs to make sure he doesn't do the same thing that DauT did last game and kill his own castle. But it looks like he's going to be fine as Andy will send... Ooh, he almost attack grounded his own villagers there. I think he's sending, what, 10 villagers forward here? 9 villagers, okay.
Okay, now gets the castle to start. 50 seconds till he reaches Imperial. Another shot into those villagers. DauT tries to answer with his own castle. Deletes the barracks. Is he pulling enough villagers?
He is pulling all the villagers he can. He's pulling every single villager in the general vicinity here. Andy's got 9, creating that castle. DauT has quite a few, 20 villagers working away on the castle over to the right side. The fire is also helping. One castle is almost completed, 69%. The other one's at 80. DauT's castle will go up first. Will he be able to deny the castle from Andy? Andy gets to Imperial H. He really needs this castle to be completed. It's almost up, 94.5%, 95, 96.
The castle is still, the one villager, he's right-clicking it, goes down, but more villagers are coming from left-hand side. DauT needs to quick wall this one ASAP.
DauT needs to quick wall.
Oh.
DauT is trying to quick wall. DauT has Dravidian Lightcav denying the castle foundation. Andy gets to imp, but there's no forward castle to take advantage of that. However, he's queuing up some Dramons, and DauT is only at 64 villagers.
If you're a DauT fan, you love to see the last minute, but if you're a DauT fan, you hate to see if you look at the score.
And you look at the villager count, you look at the military count, it's just simply not there, right? Andy doesn't get the castle up, but he might even convert a villager and start building it with one of DauT's former villagers. So he just goes for another castle, a little bit further behind that. The Dramons will come along and take care of the castle from DauT. He still has the water control, he still has the eco advantage, he still has the Imperial Age over DauT's castle. Crazy moment there for DauT. He accomplishes not dying for another couple minutes, but long term, still not a good position for him.
There was a lot of villager that he had to pull as well, right? It was 15, 20 villagers idle, had to invest all the stone there as well. Villagers fighting behind this one. Idle TC now pretty wild for the Lord.
He's denying another castle. He's denying another castle. And he converted the fast fire ship. So, I mean, all the villagers coming across will run into that. Devotion now coming in for Andy. He's tired of being converted after last game, and now the start to the Imperial Age here. Is Andy throwing this one away just a little bit, committing to this?
DauT is... Oh, that's a
DauT
second...
got a Droman! DauT converted a Droman from Andy!
And he has a castle, right? He can protect this Droman reasonably well. More villagers going down. DauT is kind of equalizing the population here.
Will the fast fire ship manage to kill that Droman? No. DauT still has villagers in front. Andy is now attacking the villagers from DauT with the Droman of his own. Fast fires are still in the vicinity as he tries to micro against that, but DauT's got it targeted for another conversion. What on earth are we seeing here? Andy just can't get a castle up against DauT. 2 DauT castles in a row. DauT will attempt to go for another castle in between the 2 unsuccessful foundations that Andy tried to place. And Andy, if you look at his resources, is just struggling to get anything on the field. He's got so much in the bank, but what do you make if you can't complete the castles?
Casual fletching timing. He's now landing with villagers. Remember, this castle is at 98%. He might get it up. Villagers are so close now.
Here, but the fire is blocking. Villagers are here, but the fire is blocking. DauT is attempting to complete his castle. Another Mangonel out from the south. The quality of the games we have here is insane as Andy garrisons those villagers in the completed castle. And now it's DauT's turn to have a DauT castle of his own. He calls the GG, and Andy's just, oh man, wiping sweat off his brow.
And this time he is the one talking. DauT has to laugh as well. What a beautiful game.
That is crazy. 4 castles. At one point, only one of them completed on the same screen.
Yep.
Yeah.
3
alternating.
3 DauT castles next to each other.
Oh boy. Well, Andy took one of DauT's home maps. That's got to be a really great feeling for him after he lost 2 of his own. He's only down 3-1 now, but he's on the board. And DauT gets a chance to pick the next map, and he's really going to have to consider carefully. He doesn't want to give Andy any momentum. 3-2 sounds a lot better than 3-1. You want to kind of finish him off here.
Yeah, and now Andy is talking. DauT is talking back as well. Still wants to discuss all that. Oh, that was a pretty one there. Probably not the most expensive real estate on that coasty area. DauT, he doesn't really know. Does he want to open the window? Does he want to walk around a bit more? Right now it's mainly window closed. Oh.
Window closed.
Doesn't want to hear the chants from all the fans that are outside of the apartment.
Maybe he's cooling down a little bit.
Oh, maybe he like goes down with his chair.
Maybe. Game 5, actually, coming up shortly. We have Golden Lakes left, Langanati, Dry Graveyards. So not as close as the previous few maps, enclosed Canberra, Hippopotamus, Northern Crossings. A lot more open areas to run around here. However, there is still some water involved on Langanati and Golden Lakes. What do you think DauT's going to? Does he go to Golden Lakes so he has 2 coming home, or does he go and try and finish it off here?
I think Langanati feels like a reasonable one for him there. Dry Graveyards, it's just a bit too intense after this messy game that we just had. Langanati had to get some reasonable control for everyone who sees all those numbers going through there at the bottom. Obviously, 100% of all donations are going into the prize pool, so if you feel like, well, I still have some dollars flying around and want to support those players, giving us all this great entertainment, 100% of the donations into the prize pool, and all the highlights, obviously, on the YouTube channel, Nili AOE 2.
It's been a wild ride. The viewers have been incredibly generous up to this point. We already managed to, the community already managed to cover Nili's costs for this event, which I think you didn't expect would be met in full.
Yeah.
And now we're just adding to the prize pool, which is like a dream scenario, essentially, as we get into game number 5 here, and it's going to be on Dry Graveyards. Andy is playing as Portuguese. DauT is playing as the Incas.
Okay, Incas here. DauT, obviously, the self-proclaimed Meso King of the world. Loves to play as Mayans, loves to play as Aztecs.
He's self-proclaimed in a lot of things. That's not the only one. It's a very large list.
Andy trying to steal a boar away from DauT, is trying to go to the other side and tries to make something happen, but didn't really find DauT. Obviously not that easy on this map. Typically you try to steal it, having some indicators on the map, big wood lines, you know that the opponent is around there, some gold spots, but here it is so scattered around, therefore a bit more tricky to lame in general. That's maybe why DauT wouldn't expect it, and that's why Andy went for it. Hashtag mind games.
And if we think about the lames on boars, I think the only other lame in NAC 5 was Andy coming forward on Outcrop, right? Laming with the scout. I don't recall seeing anyone else do it.
I think so as well, yeah.
It's not as common anymore, especially with the 9 villager start, right? You're going to pull the boars in earlier on average, most likely, so you have less time. You also want to push in those deer. And Andy hasn't pushed in the deer immediately. DauT is now scouting some of the middle of the map.
The double wolf. Andy might still have nightmares from those. Shortest game of NAC 5 and maybe shortest game of NAC history. I'm not too sure. We have a DauT Viper game there from NAC 1 that lasts 3 minutes as well. But Andy certainly not too happy with those 2 wolves in the center there, remembering the game against Jordan.
He felt he was incredibly unlucky. He said, I didn't know like how many wolves spawn on this map. I think someone asked him, and he said probably 2. It was the 2 that attacked his militia. He felt like it was so unlucky in that circumstance. But he's going to go for Loom a little bit earlier here. Loom and then queues up a villager. So maybe had problems with a house or misjudged his build a little bit.
Let's take a look. Has the mill, should have the lumber camp there as well, Andy. So typically this is the time to go up. Has some ILTC time now, eh? Typical 9 seconds, not the biggest of deals. What do you expect? 0 seconds though from most players here.
Yeah, perfectly acceptable opening there from Andy. What do you think the strategy for him is going to be? Is it just archer range? Is it scouts? Is it men at arms again?
Well, typically, scouts into some ranges is what most people want to play against the meso players, right? You want to have the mobility, but then don't want to get overwhelmed by some spearman, archer, eagle composition, and therefore you add in some archers of your own. Wouldn't be surprised if he opens archer range directly, but then you're lacking mobility.
Yeah, and there's DauT with the barracks already up, the militia already on the way in. He's going to have 4 on gold here, likely go into men-at-arms with some sort of archer range follow-up as Andy tries to get the really big walls up. He's going to find the sheep that DauT lamed at the back, and he's going to bring him back to his town center. DauT will want to intercept those before they make it all the way back, but it means that he can't immediately deny those walls.
Okay, well, sends those sheep maybe again to the right side. Okay, I think maybe to the top might have been an option as well. Knows that the villagers around there, and Eagle kills the villager, especially with the hill advantage.
Especially with the sheep to block it.
Block it.
He's going to use the sheep to block it. Even Andy can't quick wall against 2 sheep and an eagle on a hill. Beautiful blockage from DauT.
Is he getting it? Militia coming as well. Saved.
I just knew that. As soon as Andy threaded the needle through the sheep, hyping it up, and then suddenly, ooh, there's no chance. But he's held the wall. He's held the hole in the walls, and the militia are going to make their way through. Men-at-arms, of course, on the way, and the archer range follow-up is coming.
Let me see the clicks. Andy, this is really intense for him. Get out of the way. They need to block from the left side, though, right? Get out of the way. Oh, squeezes through there.
Right through the middle, split formation on the sheep, and Andy finds a way, and of course his scout saving the villager, and now the eagle is weak, which could actually matter here. DauT is running around with the men-at-arms, doesn't want to run into the TC, definitely wants to attack those berries, but the berries are very close to the town center, so he has to be careful here.
Yeah, built away from the town center, though, therefore the villagers a bit further away, some of them to the left, but it feels like every single scout should go there. Quite surprisingly big walls here from Andy, still open at the left-hand side, might even still be open at the right-hand side.
Andy just building his scouts. He's trying to bait, it feels like he's trying to bait DauT to attack the villagers. Like, he's fine if DauT does that. Then he can just turn around, poke them a few times, engage with the scouts, don't lose that much HP. The wall is now complete on the right side, and he definitely wants to wall to the edge of the map on the left there. And that fortified church's ruins is actually going to help him quite a bit.
Yeah, hides the army there, and Andy, oh, he doesn't know. He doesn't know, he might think, is the army at the top? I wouldn't be surprised if he splits his scouts now.
Yeah. Did a lot of people, like, jump off the edge of the map there? There's a lot of tombstones.
Rip.
There's like some memorial. Large base jumping community on dry graveyards. Holy!
Maybe some stupid round earthers, thinking that if they jump over there, they come out on the other side.
It's only on that side. Interesting. Okay, 1 hole in the center there from Andy, as DauT has an archer and a spearman, but Andy fully walled, and he will feel safe enough to extend across the center of the map with the scouts and look for some value in DauT's economy. And DauT is definitely not fully walled on his side.
No, tries to build some walls at the bottom. Most of his production is at the front. Oh, this will be tricky. Men-at-arms are in.
Men-at-arms are in. Archer makes this really difficult. The Spearman also makes this difficult to clear up. But there are some skirmishers here from Andy. If he can maybe distract DauT and bait those men-at-arms into the town center, could be super valuable. But great second army coming forward from DauT. And Andy, not paying attention, loses the scout against that thing. And DauT already has Spearman in defense at home. DauT has all the initiative here. The walls from Andy have been breached, and I don't think he's going to repair them anytime soon. And I don't know what kind of value he's going to find with these scouts with the spearman production from DauT.
He only has 1 spearman at home right now, but obviously villagers are around there as well. Wouldn't be surprised if he just feels like, okay, everything is so tight there. Let's send over the scouts home and try to take some good engagements there.
Third most banned civ versus DauT is Incas.
Makes sense. After Adsex and Mayans.
No. Self-proclaimed Meso King. Andy has brought the scouts back.
Makes sense.
He's got the skirmishers, he's got the scouts. He realizes that this army poses a huge threat, and conversely, that he can't really do much damage abroad because DauT has the walls up and he's got the spearmen at home, so he would need his skirmishers over there. But he needs to deal with this army first. Now, DauT is going for fletching. DauT might have an opportunity to make a market soon, and then he's probably going to, oh, there it is. He's going to prioritize buying resources and trying to get up to Castle Age as quickly as possible.
Sold all his stone already. This army is mainly here to be scary and take the army out of position. A bit surprised that Andy's building so many skirmishes and not switching into archers, which could be upgraded to crossbow later.
Yeah, you can see he's on gold right now. Maybe he feels like he doesn't want to invest that gold immediately. Still doesn't have fletching as well, which he could maybe use the gold for as he goes for, I believe, a market along the walls. DauT is kind of stuck in this corner.
Wow, no blacksmith then.
Yeah.
Andy, floating quite a lot of resources.
Maybe that's why he didn't want the archers, right? Doesn't want to invest the resources into the upgrades for them. Scouts still patrolling around this. DauT can easily get trapped here. DauT will get trapped here. It's a market for Andy. He chases in with the skirmishers, but the scouts are in the wrong spot. He's going to have to loop around again. Where are these scouts going? They're trying to find the gap. The skirmishers are getting hit, and that's a little bit of a misplay from Andy. It could have been like a free clear on this entire army, but the skirmishers walked right through all of those men-at-arms.
Oh, the woodline a bit tricky there. Tried to be fancy with the market. Is it a full double market now?
Yes, it is.
I think he's finishing both markets. Oh, you see the reaction there.
Yep.
Oh, God.
See the reaction, and what happened? Did he like miss-sell?
No, I think he just realized that he built 2 full markets.
He realized that he completed
sold
that market.
100. Bought. Still no stone sold. Oi, 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 oi.
That's a rough situation.
So we sold
okay,
wood,
so he sold wood, he bought food.
Bought more food, sold more wood, and Andy's
still
shaking
his head.
Ooh.
Yeah. Probably saw the market prices from DauT as well, and he knows that DauT is already on the way to Castle Age. He's actually not that far behind, and he did clear up the army, but DauT is now making his way into Eagles.
Tech switch. Organ gunplay.
Oh, he's going to the stone mining upgrade. He's adapting here. He's got the full walls up. It's going to take a while for DauT to get inside his base with those Eagles, and organ guns absolutely shred Eagles.
Especially short distance, right? That castle alone will get so much control, and then the distance is short. DauT, he would need to tag into some monks then, but that's not going to be too easy. Short distance, I think this is really good for Andy.
Yeah, if he gets enough stone in time, right? And if he can get the castle in a good position. Where are his golds in his base? I think he's got one.
At the top there? Oh, that's
safe
minimal.
Position. That one, if he gets a good castle down, maybe. He's actually mining stone from 2 different mines, and DauT will see that right away.
Yeah, and sees this amount, sees, okay, that's already...
How does DauT adapt to this?
Well, I think the play is just an early siege workshop might be the answer. Right, he knows, okay, you can't go for any army for such a long time. Some eagles to clear this one up. Needs to wait 7 more seconds, then his eagles are stronger, then happy to take the engagement. For now, only 2... barracks, instantly goes for the monastery.
Monastery there from DauT. He takes the fight against the scouts, though. Scouts still being alive were very annoying for DauT, because then it would push him away from the monks and, you know, limit his mobility a little bit. Still only 3 of those alive as Andy goes for the castle. It's a last-ditch attempt here. He can't afford to lose another game. You saw a rough moment for him there early when he was trying to get up to Castle Age, built 2 markets, and then shook his head. He's adapted his play. He's going into organ guns, and DauT will now need to adapt to this new unit making its way onto the field, which is so strong against the Eagles.
Tomorrow, about 19 UTC, we will see the winner of the set play against the Viper in the round of 6. Will it be Andy or will it be DauT? He's trying to put himself in the best position here, even got asked for some more aggression.
Can't let this stuff in until the organs are out, and now the first organ is on the field. DauT's going to need to run away from this. Squire's coming in from DauT. I think he's hoping that he can punch a hole in the wall and keep the army at home for a very long time, or maybe find some villager picks, but unfortunately for him, not able to because of the great defense from Andy. Second monastery now for DauT coming up behind this. There's a lot of relics on this map. There's 11 relics here that you can collect, but I think all the monks are going to be needed against these organ guns shortly. And those scouts still being alive is a huge annoyance.
Yeah, and that's why he did Squires, right? Trying to chase those down a bit faster. But lots of scouts lost, right? I think at one point Andy had 7 or 8 scouts. Yeah. Now we are down to only 3, and Andy's full economy. Not good enough to keep a town center and the stable running.
Mangonels are really solid against organ guns. But the problem with mangonels is if your opponent has scouts and knights, they can just kind of jump on in there. They take out the mangonel, and that's a huge investment that you've made for really no payoff as the Eagles attempt to find another hole. DauT forced to go for a house wall here. He's trying to convert the knights. Will he get it?
Maybe. Knight is going back in it.
It's blocked by the organ gun. He gets it. Nice little conversion there. It's not going to get any kills, but he denies a knight from Andy. And Andy had to shift most of his villagers onto stone, so his economy behind was not super solid going up to the castle age.
DauT has enough gold to go for redemption, clicks it now, can therefore convert the organ guns. Monks are trying to get some relics, but a scout, very active.
DauT's trying to be really sneaky and bring in those relics. Andy sees the second monk, though. DauT's got a spearman there guarding the monk, but he's not paying attention because there's a lot more happening in the north of his base. DauT is kind of shaking his head now. The game has kind of flipped in favor of Andy now with 8 organ guns, 2 more in the queue. He's still got villagers on stone, and he could even consider maybe a follow-up castle at the front of DauT's base.
Yeah, has enough control, and as you mentioned, he was at 2 different stone mines as well, so not really running out of it. And all of a sudden, KD's looking so much better for our Austrian here. DauT in some trouble, and he still couldn't afford the extra HP for the monks, and lost so many already.
What do you do here if you're DauT?
I think triple monastery, triple TC, but it feels so
Deny the TC from Andy at the front.
Oh yeah,
that's
that
a
would
good
be
start.
nice. That would be a
front
really
of
good
Andy's
start.
base, there's a town center foundation there, and DauT looks like he's coming in from the south, but Andy notices in time and pulls all these eagles back to the organ guns, and now DauT needs to retreat. Oh boy. Could have been so good if Andy didn't notice that.
Yeah, obviously the organ guns close to the castle there where they're being produced. Now maybe the conversions against this.
Organ guns trying to take out the monks. He gets 2 of them. Monks are healing each other, but DauT will lose 3 of those and only gets away with 1. Andy now pushing into DauT's base, and DauT will need to wait for more monks to come out here. Eagle does manage to snipe an organ, which is extremely valuable, but this is where the majority of DauT's economy is, and those organs are so deadly.
Uh-oh. That's a lot of very exposed villagers. Now Eagle's coming over here. Monk goes for another conversion. Feels like he can defend it, but that's a lot of villagers not working.
And he needs to be careful not to give too many units. Well, there you go. He needs to be careful not to give too many organs to DauT, because if DauT manages to mass up a huge group of those, it could be problematic. He just deletes everything. And he's coming forward with more organ guns. He's got this game, it feels like, under control if he can just keep the economy rolling and keep the map control in the center, prevent the conversions coming out from DauT. However, DauT has only lost 1 villager this entire game, so he's done a fantastic job in defense so far.
But how many monks did he lose? Feels like 6, 7 monks. More eagles now dying here as well. KD clearly in favor of Andy. Killed roughly double the resources of the opponent. And DauT really late second town center for his standards.
Second TC goes up. Andy using the market still. He's getting devotion. He doesn't like the way his units are switching sides on him here. Still only has 200 stone in the bank, so not thinking about that follow-up castle that we discussed as the organ guns now push in to the north side of DauT's base. How many relics for DauT here? Just 2. Just 2.
I think the third one might be coming in from the right-hand side there, but monk count simply not high enough, right? Sits at 5. He got the third town center there, and yeah, 1 monk at the right-hand side, as we can see, has the relic in the hand. Let's take a look. Do we get some conversions? Finally, with some more HP on
And
those
he's
monks.
getting so aggressive with this. Holy, is he ever getting aggressive? Does that monk get a conversion? He doesn't. Devotion is in. Andy is fully devoted here, and that means that DauT can't get a single conversion. He's trying. He finally gets one on that organ. The Eagles are waiting in the wings, but the Eagles can't find much value against this unit, and DauT will need to run with his villagers.
And Andy's so incredibly good with those units, right? We can remember some Black Forest games. Andy with Portuguese against MBLs, Britain's their important Warlords game not too long ago. He loves those organs.
Yeah, organ guns getting hits against that other monk too. It looks like DauT's gonna get that one too. Andy giving up some conversions here. DauT doesn't garrison in the TC. But all of his eco is disrupted as we see DauT at 63 villagers, Andy at 61, so DauT still has the lead.
Sick. How?
How? I don't know.
Maybe it was because of all the idle TC early on, right? Andy, he didn't have a lot of villagers on food, had to send so many on stone, then the massive investment. He obviously did not underproduce the
And
organs.
DauT's defending this.
Sick.
Organ gun count is at 11 for Andy. DauT's got 3 of his own. 6 monks for DauT. 67 villagers versus 64. The eco efficiency is at 31% for the last minute. So it's been a little bit of a rough patch, but you can see that third town center now going up in the southern area of the map as DauT now has to deal with another raid here on the woodline. Hasn't lost a villager there yet and is pushing those organs away with another monk.
How did he not lose 3-4 villagers there?
The organs miss.
Okay.
Sometimes. Well, it depends on who's playing with them. If it's me playing with them, they miss every single shot.
They take.
And it's a 4th TC for DauT. He's approaching his comfort zone.
Yeah. Now we're talking. What an ugly TC though. Like, that's a farm TC.
That's such a hideous TC.
What did he see before that he had to build that one? Oh.
Oh my goodness. Free real estate.
Speed upgrade could be really nice for those monks, right? Trying to chase down the organs might be an option. Maybe even thinking about some mangonels here, or do you think Portuguese, well, they're too likely going for redemption?
5th town center.
5th town center, sick.
5th town center. I know DauT, regardless.
Atonement.
Well, if he manages to win this series, he's going to walk out of that room and say, like, I am the greatest monk player now. He's going to give himself a new title as he's going for now an incredible amount of monks in a second game here of this series. However, he's down to 6, and Andy will be going for that castle up on the hill.
Yeah, and you said if he wins that set, but that if is becoming bigger and bigger, right? Andy deep in the heart of DauT's economy. Don't really see him defending this town center there. The 5th town center further to the right will be exposed as well. Andy in the complete lead here.
How many organs targeted for conversion? Oh, DauT runs in with those monks. He wasn't even converting. He just runs into the gunfire. He does get a few of them, but 2 monks dying there. Counter raid now with the converted organ guns, but the castle is up on the hill. He can't really push back in that position, and redemption is now on the way.
For Andy, trying to convert his own organs back, right? Yeah. And what are those villagers doing? That's not how you do this. Organs really good if they're massed up against
I know how the villagers didn't die. They have the armor from Incas.
Ooh!
We were wondering how they didn't die.
Detective Dave on the case.
I'm really proud of myself.
Yeah, I am as well.
Organs are in the back for DauT of Andy's economy, I think. There's a red dot back there. We see the organs pushing in now to DauT's economy. And what are those? Yep. Harassing the woodline. 3 villagers dead. Nice little counter raid there as redemption is finally kicked and Andy can convert those organs back to his side. But what a mess it is over here in DauT's economy.
And DauT, well, he obviously knows how to click his monks, right? We've seen in the Canberra game. Do we have atonement for DauT? I wouldn't be... Like, did we? I don't think we saw atonement yet, right? Do Incas even have atonement?
I think we've seen atonement from one player, I believe.
Andy has it.
Andy has it,
yeah.
okay. Yeah. Incas get atonement. They should.
Okay.
I think.
Well, then I won't even open the
There's another castle from Andy. And there's a castle from DauT. Extremely casually. Andy will start building that. DauT will be able to see it. DauT has a couple converted organ guns. He's got more monks just recovering their faith. Apparently they don't get atonement, so that explains why they don't have it. And the castle is going up from DauT in defense. But Andy is out of range, and it feels like that castle will complete as well. Neither player really all that close to going in. Maybe DauT can figure something with the market. Maybe Andy as well if he sells the stone. Is it a race to Imperial Age now?
This is the spot where DauT has to play fast imp because he faces 3 castles. But Andy, he can choose if he wants to play fast imp, most likely win the trap war because he has 3 castles, or if he wants to loop around and play on a different angle.
DauT's definitely playing fast imp. He stalled out all of his town center production. There's a monk in the back kind of distracting him. He's at 87 villagers. Andy is at 96. And organs, the beautiful thing about them is they kind of are part of Andy's long-term composition, right? So it's not like a unit he's just making in Castle Age and then he's going to tech switch into something out. The organs are really, really solid against Incas. However, DauT's got a ton of monks. He's got a ton of monks. He does lack atonement, which really, really hurts, and he's on the way to Imperial Age, but Andy, on the other side, clicks up at exactly the same time as DauT.
This is the death of all those 6 monks, no? Should be some conversions there, then there should be a chain reaction here.
Oh, God.
Are just going into the other direction. Yep. I think this might even be a mistake trying to take the engagement, but now it's only 4 monks.
Organs are being converted. DauT is going to lose all of these, but at least he gets a few units along the way. However, he's giving some monks back to Andy, and his base is still under attack. Where is he getting his gold from? How many relics can he hope to have once Andy takes out that monastery? Really, really going to be stretched for resources here as Andy starts to take more and more map control.
3 relics untaken or not taken so far, and those are the ones at the very top of the map. DauT tries to get another castle up right now. 1 monk, 1 eagle, and everything DauT can put on the map goes for the big eagle switch, though. As we can see, him adding barracks makes a lot of sense against that mass amount of monks, but won't be that great against 12 organs on the map.
Are you, if you go eagles, are you trying to get into Andy's eco at home, or do you have to focus on the army forward?
The thing is, I think you're losing too much of the valuable area here at the front, right? Go for 3 traps, try to clear this one up, and you have to jump. You have to get the last armor upgrade together with the Elite Eagle.
Yeah.
If you raid at home, you're losing all your 5 relics.
How do fabric shields eagles do against organs? I guess organs have the bonus damage against...
I don't even think you need all the armor, right?
Yeah.
I think the first projectile is simply not doing too much damage.
Okay. Nice little stack there from Andy. How many organ guns does he have? 15. It's approaching the territory where you just feel helpless, right? You're sending in units, and those things are just shooting them down right away. Incas do have Onager as a potential unit, but we saw Andy with all the monk techs from before, so he's going to have Redemption. He's probably going to have block printing as well. And if you tech into Onager to deal with those organ guns, they're just going to get converted.
Yeah.
So it's got to be eagles here.
I don't see siege as an option at all. It has to be mass eagles. We only have 7 on the field. Elite Eagle is coming in, and DauT, he wants to be patient here, wants to mass up, but Andy not really giving him the time. Now more traps in the queue. I wouldn't be surprised if DauT loses his castle before he can really get to a proper trap count.
Another defensive castle from Andy. So he's identified a threat of maybe those eagles coming forward and pushing into his eco. He's going to protect the gold. He's going to go for another town center way over to the left-hand side and maybe discover the 3 relics sitting over there. DauT needs to defend this area. Andy has been pushing him away from this the entirety of Castle Age, and now he poses even more of a threat in Imperial Age with access to trebuchets. The Eagles will attempt to come in, but Andy, with the units at home, able to defend. Also goes for a gate there, still pushing back these villagers. Beautiful play from Andy. DauT has to completely abandon his starting base.
And Andy has to switch into hand cannoneers now, right? Look at that. Resources not too far away from Arquebus. One of my favorite upgrades in the game. And then those eagles, they would be really struggling. Oh,
nice find.
Nice find.
Nice find from DauT. He's over here with the Eagles. He's going to prevent that expansion from Andy. And the final armor upgrade is on the way for DauT, which will not only benefit his Eagles, but also apply to his villagers. So make them a little bit more hardy against the shots from the organ guns.
Okay, DauT only 30 population behind. Needs to catch up there with his houses. Obviously only needs half the amount there with Incas having the bonus, but needs to build them eventually.
Eagles at the back. Andy is distracted, and look at that. Another army making its way across the field. Andy is not pushing DauT's main base fast enough. It feels like DauT is completely evacuated here. He's going to lose the relics, but the Eagles are a huge threat to Andy's villager count as DauT also has trebuchets in the center there. Look at all this idle time as DauT tries to pull the organs out of position and heads in with more Eagles.
Oh, those villagers trying to deal with the traps. Kind of a repeat of the Canberra game here. Do we maybe see a full block of... Has the gate being built there? But I thought this was low HP.
Hand cannons coming out for Andy. Super solid. He repositions the organ guns. He's going to stop the trebuchets from taking out that castle. However, DauT continues to find villager kills at the odd areas. Every time Andy extends for a goal, it feels like DauT is there. DauT also keeps producing more and more villagers and running them to the corners, getting the resources away from the main army of Andy. Great job from Vodka to actually keep up with all these raids that are happening. There's things on every single corner. Andy tries to go for a castle now in the middle of the map. Andy is running the villagers in the north. Andy's being harassed on the right. And DauT now losing villagers on the stone in the middle. Villager count is ahead for DauT right now. 90 for Andy, 102 for DauT with 31 Eagles on the field.
Population.
And he's clearing this up.
population and score are telling two different, absolutely different stories here. DauT is actually increasing population quite a bit. He is somehow making this happen. He only needs success to gold. He has 30 on gold, and he loves the Eagles.
So he went for the counter raid option, Nili, and Andy fell for it. He pulled all of his army back. He didn't keep the pressure on there, and DauT doesn't have to worry about his main base being pushed anymore. He can fully focus on raiding the economy from Andy. 33 Eagles, 6 in the queue, 104 villagers behind this, and he's almost got enough that maybe he can think about diving this army. However, that is an extremely powerful army against infantry units. We got the organ guns and we've got the hand cannons.
DauT, is he jumping this? I don't think he can.
No.
24 hand cannons, but eventually he will need to jump it, right? Because there are 3 traps out there. There will be a big threat towards his castle.
Oh boy, we're getting to a state where Andy's just going to have an unstoppable force that DauT will really struggle to counter. And despite how many villagers DauT kill, oh, wow, look at that gold in the corner. Holy, Arquebus now coming in for Andy. Despite how many villagers DauT might kill, if he can't kill the main army, he's going to lose his base.
Yeah, now we basically have ballistics for those gunpowder units. Left-hand side is trying to take the engagement.
He's coming.
Uh-oh, let's go.
Uh-oh, here we go. Enjoy yourselves, chat. Enjoy yourselves, everyone watching at home. The Eagles are coming from the right. The Eagles are coming from the left. They're dying on the left. They are not dying fast enough on the right as the Trebs go down, and the organs are now being slaughtered. DauT takes out half of the army, but I'm not sure he can finish off the hand cannons.
Uh-oh, those have a lot of low HP Eagles. Maybe going back and healing could have been an option for him. Maybe feels like, okay, I had you on your back foot and I can maybe take another good engagement.
Coming.
And he can!
More Eagles coming. He's going to take up more and more hand cannons. All of the Trebs are gone. The organs are gone, but all of the Eagles are dead from DauT. 115 villagers for him, 96 villagers for Andy. DauT also kind of stuck in the corner. Andy controlling probably 70% of the map right now.
Looks like it, and he controls 6 of the relics, 1 only for DauT. Very big delta there, and it just feels like DauT. How can he take good engagement against this? Again, not enough barracks. 13 Eagles in the queue. Just a second ago, it was still 20.
Yeah, Andy doing a wonderful job at damage control in his economy. DauT trying to do the same by just pressuring his opponent. There's another exposed trap here, so he will keep that castle alive for a little bit longer. If he kills it, which he does, pulling some Eagles away to deal with the monks. But like I said, he just can't deal with the hand cannons. He has no solutions against that right now. His only solution is to distract Andy and hope that he kills enough economy. Andy sitting pretty at 102 villagers, though.
Yeah, must be nice. Oh, that's an aggressive castle. Can replace it a bit further to the left-hand side. DauT stays active with his villager kills here. Killed more than 60 villagers already, and I wouldn't be surprised if that number will rise even more.
Splitting some Eagles over there to kill more villagers. Eco KD right now 66 to 25 in favor of DauT. Andy can't get that castle up there because DauT's house was in that area. Ooh. And he prevents another castle with a house and a palisade foundation. He's coming in with the Eagles. There's no army there to support, so that might be a DauT castle. But Andy notices in time. He's going to pull the Vills away, and he's going to bring the hand cannons over to deal with the Eagle army from DauT once again.
Attacking to Botkin here. Maybe the next step for DauT could be thinking about skirmishes to deal with those hand cannon here. Just feels weird though.
DauT still has 36 on gold, but it feels like he's going to run out of places to take gold. Honestly, he had so much in that corner. If we can go to the south corner for a second, we can see what's left. Ooh, it's not looking good down there, is it?
And that's so many hand cannons, and they will protect this area nicely. Now the last armor upgrade for those hand cannons as well makes it tough for those Eagles to take good engagements. DauT now goes for another trap, tries to clear up this area, but the Eagle number simply not there. Soon at 24, but that's not a match against the 43 hand cannon here.
Yeah, and they're hitting all their shots, right? They went from stormtroopers to special forces with one technology, and every time the Eagles approach, they're killing all of them before they even get close. The Eagles are now trying to snipe the Trebs once again, but incredibly patient approach here from Andy to protect the trebuchets with his hand cannons. And like I said, the accuracy has improved dramatically. The Eagles are just being absolutely slaughtered.
Oh god, that is absolutely brutal there. DauT is increasing in his population, but that's mainly villagers, 131. The Eagle numbers are not there. I think going for the archer range is the right choice, but it might come too late.
A second semifinals that have just excellent games here. Andy trying to pull this one back with 2 straight wins in a row. At this rate, it feels very, very likely. Andy is behind on villagers, but 50 hand cannons. With Arquebus, already 45 kills on just those 17 forward. And another castle goes down from DauT, and we're seeing less and less blinking lights on the minimap in Andy's economy. DauT is not raiding anymore. He just doesn't have the eagle numbers he needs to really do the damage. And he calls the GG. Well played from Andy. 2 wins in a row.
Oh, baby, we have a set on our hands. And Andy, he is smiling now. And where's the DauT talk now?
Andy smirking a little bit, maybe, you know, talking talking to DauT just a tad.
Deep Andy territory here.
And DauT, he needs to cool off a little bit.
Okay.
Where's all the, you know, hand waving and smiles and everything now?
All gone. All gone. I will have to see how players will approach game 6 and 7. So much on the line for both of them, obviously. Trying to take a small rest. We will take a good look at potential next maps and the civilization choices there. Whew. Oh, and that's a weird way of wearing my headset.
It's better than Jordan.
How? Yeah, he was
Back
really
to front,
confused,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
Classic Jordan.
Classic Jordan.
Yeah.
We were laughing and enjoying ourselves. Haha.
Okay, so final 2 maps, Golden Lake. Yanganati here.
Look at that. Malian's first pick still. And Andy in the first 5 games, his first 5 picks.
He's got Hindustanis, Franks, and Vietnamese. I think I definitely favor DauT Sips here. I think Malians for Golden Lakes, and then you have Romans follow up on Yanganati.
Romans
pretty
or
solid.
Gujaras. Yeah, I wouldn't really know why we play Gujaras there.
Yeah.
Romans feels very likely. I think Malians are really good on Yanganati as well, but I don't see the value for Romans on Golden Lakes.
Yeah.
So that feels very likely, unless we are figuring out a crazy Civ matchup. Franks for Yanganati feels likely, and then Gujaras maybe as the counter against this. And on the other side, Golden Lakes, probably Vietnamese and trying to play CA.
DauT is lounging on the couch right now. He's taking a little bit of a break. Back is killing you? Yeah. This one.
Are you enjoying it out? Oh god. Oh.
Okay. Well. Hi, fans, colleagues, esteemed colleagues. Let's pretend like we're part of this.
Ooh, where are we sitting? Okay, in the back.
In Tristan's lap. No, okay, on this chair, and then I'm sitting on
this chair.
somebody's head.
Okay, thank you, Tristan.
Ah, there we go.
That's me. Well, why don't I have legs? What's happening here?
I don't know. Maybe they got converted.
My legs.
Yeah. After those last couple games, I believe
anything can be converted. Anything can be converted.
I firmly believe anything is possible.
Obviously, the players didn't take their break that they were allowed to have in between game 4 and 5. And now after game 5, they feel like, damn, those last games were really intense.
Yeah.
Taking the 2 minutes there makes a bit of sense. Now just thinking through some of the strategies here. As we said, Golden Lakes and Yanganati, the last 2 choices.
Practice room there, a little bit emptier than earlier in the week. I think that's hard.
I think that's hard practicing with Hera here, right?
Yeah.
This is
hard practicing with Hera. And then we have
oh, that's us.
That's us. Hello?
Huh?
Hi.
And Leary sitting next to it.
Yeah.
Team eliminated together with Hera.
Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Yeah. AM.
What
Almost made it.
Oh. Mm. Oh, God. Oh,
I'm
God.
sorry, guys.
We have to go. No,
Aim's
we
been
have
through
to
a
go
rough spot.
like this, right?
Hmm? Hmm?
Hmm.
Hmm.
Well,
Hmm.
Lyria is not really helping.
No.
Feels bad, man. So what are we practicing there? Arena. Okay. Oh, now he's going for it. Help us out, Andy. Help us out, Larry. No, he doesn't care. He's just question mark. Like, what is happening here? What is happening here?
Talk to us, buddy. Talk to us. Is that a question mark?
Yeah. Hey, what is happening?
Show us something, Leary.
Larry, paint something and we have to guess it.
Yep.
Not sure if he's actually listening to
I
us.
don't
He
know
probably
if
has
he's
the
actually
stream
listening.
open.
No. He's
Do,
just
do you know sign language? Like paint something and we guess what you are painting. Leary.
How is that Leary?
Yeah, that's Leary's
Oh,
body
yeah,
form.
true. Okay. Okay, he gets it. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
No, he doesn't get it. Feels bad, man.
Yeah. I really enjoyed the segment the other day where we watched him try and plug in his
It made it to
HDMI.
YouTube highlights as
Yeah,
well.
I know. I've watched that short probably like 10 times. Just
Oh.
it's so good. Okay. We're finally almost ready here for a game 6.
Mm-hmm.
Andy's won 2 in a row. DauT started off with 3 wins for himself. Andy trying to go back to back to back to then bring us to a game number 7. DauT still has a home map remaining. Andy still has a home map remaining, and it is indeed DauT's pick here on which map we go to. Do you want to come home on Yanganati, or do you want to go for that pick first and try and finish the series right here?
I think I'm going for Golden Lakes. Just the
Okay.
last game, Dry Graveyards, didn't go too well. Yanganati, in my book, something that is a bit more similar. Golden Lakes, try to switch it up and try with get into the set with a bit of fresher mind.
Is there a map pick here where you pick it and then the civs from that map will give you greater insight onto what's
Ooh.
available in the next one?
Great logic, Dave. I don't think so, though, because what is that really helping us? And now we can see that both players are microing quite a bit, and
Yep.
lots of players taking their time here. The docks in the corners as we know it, and this looks to be Hindustanis against Malians, from what I believe. Vodka just taking a small break there as well.
Yeah, we can watch the POVs. It's fine.
Yeah, that's the beauty, right?
Yep.
Something we very rarely get to see. Both of them playing at the same time.
By the way, guys, Vodka does like 12-hour days.
Yeah.
Vodka is
Give him-
crazy, dude. And then he gets off and immediately plays like 5 matches of ping pong.
Yeah, and
That
after
guy
that,
is incredible.
after that, he queues 4v4 team games with the Italian community.
Until like 6 in the morning.
yeah, sick. Yeah.
He's actually a god tier gamer. So we've got Andy here playing as I believe it is the Hindustanis.
Mhm.
And we're going to have DauT
With
playing
Malians.
as the Malians. Okay.
Then let's go. And we have FreakinAndy, as we have said, and we will have Hindustanis here. Not really that typical that we will see those, simply because, well, they have cheaper villagers. Whoops, I pressed the same button twice. But you're not really building too many villagers here, right? Because you're going to go for those fishing ships, trying to help out your economy, and therefore a bit of a questionable choice, and something we don't see too often. Can obviously go for the scouts, some more attack, and try to break the wall, because typically people are underbuilding army on land, especially in feudal age.
Yep. Especially if you get late with the Hindustanis here and you're contesting a castle in the center, it feels like Malians might not have the right units in their arsenal to really push you back. So we can take a look at the Malians over here for DauT. They save wood on all their buildings, which is fantastic. You get the docks up earlier, and then stuff like Farimba later on allows you to raid perfectly fine with those light cav, or have a power unit in those camels, which kind of stack up to the camels from Hindustanis.
And you kind of get 3 bonuses, right? On this map, you have more food, you have more wood because the buildings are cheaper, and you get the extra gold. So basically, all the resources are flying in better here for you. It's just beautiful to play.
Despite being 26 and 20 overall, they're 0 and 5 on Golden Lakes. Obviously, this includes the qualifiers, but
that is pretty sick.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think we included even some other maps as well there, included some tournaments that had very similar settings. I'm a bit surprised. 0 and 5? Well, you're obviously missing some advantage there at the top, right?
Yep.
No Arbalest timing, no Bracer. It's not easy to have like the crazy power spike in the first 2-3 minutes early in, something we often see being used on this map.
Yeah, and when there's, less maps in a set, let's say it's a best of 3 or something, your opponent is more likely to grab a great civ against it too. So maybe something like Persians matching up really nicely against Malians, and we don't see that here.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's a longer set, there's less civs available, the players are smarter with their bans. So maybe there's something behind that losing record for Malians, but maybe it's just because they were earlier rounds. It seems like a really solid civ here. Great scouting already for DauT. He's scouted a ton of the map, and he's found exactly where Andy is.
And FreakinAndy, kind of with a blind counter here. Very small walls early on. That cheap is.
Dun, 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 dun. Where's he going? He's got things to do.
Meh.
He's got people to see.
Meh.
That is a beautiful sight right there. That sheep is a walk-in. As we see Andy now looping out with 2 different villagers.
I know what it's doing. It's trying to run away from DauT, playing the Malians.
The dolphin laughed at your joke there. I don't hear anyone else reacting to that at all, though. And great play from DauT. Look at this. He has deliberately placed the fishing ship over there on the shore fish to get vision on this dock. He's spotted it incredibly early, and he's going for a forward here. Andy is having a dock in the south. He's having one now in the east, and he's going to have one in the north trying to contest the water from DauT. But DauT is pressuring away with a villager. He's not going to be able to get in there on time, but his fire galley should be out first.
DauT 3 militia and didn't achieve anything yet. That is a bit of a blind aggression. And Andy finding quite a good opening for himself, contesting the pawn 1 for free. And this is late aggression from DauT.
Yeah, is he like waiting for the archer follow-up? Andy walls in the villager from DauT. Don't do him like this.
Oh, that's dirty.
Oh,
and DauT doesn't even realize. Can maybe go for some repair. And yeah, we even hear hard laughing from the practice room. You have seen this.
DauT will try and get damage against his villager, but all that damage is going to be pumped directly into that stone wall there from Andy as DauT now pushes forward with the villagers, with some archers behind, and of course, with those militia that we saw before. Andy will go for a tower behind this. DauT will continue attacking that house, and he's going to pull his scout back, but he won't be able to save this one. Andy also being contested on that right pawn. I see a dock foundation over there from DauT, so very, very sneaky stuff. Don't think Andy can see that just yet.
Oh, what a shaky game. The pressure's really on, and you see both players there feeling it, right? Andy, he sees the army DauT. We can see that the macro is slipping a bit, tries to find a better angle. So far, Andy looks really hot.
Yeah, Andy's looking pretty good, but he hasn't been able to do any damage so far against that fishing economy other than trapping in that villager. He opens the gate.
Right. No, he doesn't.
No! He could have escaped. And DauT will now go for a tower. Andy forced to go onto stone with those villagers. Only has 36 right now because he spent it on the tower and this gate and the stone walls.
Wow, the late man-at-armor upgrade here. Still has the 3 militia. Feels like he can go for all that damage. Includes the archers. That's not too easy. Andy needs to find some walls there as well. And it's really evil for Andy, like toying with him, right? Opens the gate.
There's only a palisade wall or something on that other side. Andy now ejects the fires. He's going to try and damage DauT's fishing economy there. The men-at-arms are in here, but DauT feels like he can't push just yet. Maybe distracted, still trying to save the villager at home as Andy tries to target that thing and sends his fires into the damage of DauT's fires. He almost kills that villager, not quite yet, but Andy manages to defend at home.
Repair needs to come in time, maybe help out with the fishing ship there.
Get it in front.
not really happening.
He's holding. He's holding, but Andy baits the fire back out of position. He might be able to snipe this villager that's still 1 HP. He does get it, but DauT pulls the fire back, starts repairing it with his villager, doesn't know there's a second dock from that villager that still survived.
And this army, it's not really finding the damage, right? Goes for fletching now. Fire Galley versus Fire Galley here should be a winning fight for Andy simply because he started shooting earlier. Loses this one though. Oh, this is mad. This is impossible to macro perfectly for both of them.
Yeah, Andy hiding behind the dock, so it's tanking all the damage. DauT still trying to contest on the other side. Andy unable to fish safely over there. DauT still doesn't realize there's another dock there, but DauT is advancing with the archers. Andy is trying to get a market up. He's got the resources to go up to Castle Age. DauT is not close.
Oh, wins the water fight at the side though. And yeah, with all the investment, right? 3-minute arms
Does he run through here?
Tricky.
Does he run through here?
I think
it's a
that's
risk.
too risky. Yeah, especially against Andy, one of the best quick wallers we have on this planet. It just feels like a risk that you don't want to take. You are just guaranteed to do damage if you continue doing what you are doing with your man-at-arms and archers.
Andy is never afraid to go for stone walls behind his palisades. He's constantly doing it. It makes it difficult to push in, but DauT has cleared up one of those, and he's trying to get through the palisades here. Andy is forced into another tower. He still hasn't clicked up to the next stage. He was waiting for the blacksmith, and that gave DauT about a minute extra time there to get his resources together to maybe click up himself.
Yeah, just so limited on the wood, right? We are fighting on basically 2 pawns. He had to invest some wood there at the bottom as well, plus all the palisades, plus the towers cost stone, cost wood as well, and some low HP villagers, but it feels like Andy's saving most of them.
It's a disgustingly messy game here. Really, really messy game from DauT and from Andy. And DauT has even snuck a villager to dock the pond on the left, too. So there's action on all 4 pawns. One of them is completely safe. It feels like it's going to be the one over there to the west because I think DauT is now harassing the dock in the south from Andy and might be able to kill some fishing ships. He killed a villager there.
Oh, nice. And now the question, are we building a demo there? Are we building a fire galley? DauT could maybe try to sneak around there, but this is still DauT completely... Does he have a chance spotting this? Don't think so. Oh, he
does.
Sees it.
He sees it, and he's on the way to Castle Age. Andy pretty far ahead of him, though, over a minute advantage to Castle Age. However, look at that wood situation for him. It's just ugly, right? He was forced to go into 2 towers in defense.
Give us a demo show at the bottom,
trying to
please.
win the water. Demo coming out somewhere for Andy. Is it from that dock? Is it from this dock? He's got 2 in there.
Maybe.
Not enough to full clear that.
Maybe at the bottom he has the fire galley then. Would really like to see.
He's going to clear the first
here.
dock. DauT's still working away on that one. Demo comes out. Not the greatest demo of all time. He's going to try and go for another one. Ooh. That one's a little bit better, but the dock should still go down. And Andy will be left with only 1 dock in this northern pond from DauT. I don't think he's killed any fish up there. Like, great defense from DauT so far.
Impressive. And now we see the quick wall. Andy goes out there. Stonewall. Bop.
He's like, should I kill it? Should I quick wall it? And in relative terms, like, that is an eternity for him to be able to quick wall. Also, yes.
Still running. Still running.
Oh, quick walls from Andy. Saves the villager. This villager has caused so many problems for DauT, and that is just easy peasy for Andy to get those down. He's not probably going to be able to save this one, though, and she will die. Another villager was heading across the map, so maybe he messed up on his waypoints a little bit and was sending villagers to their death. DauT's still trying to defend here against fire ships with only fire galleys of his own.
It's not easy. Micro not perfect there. Tries to split his attention. First click should be war galley here most likely. Aggression will be tricky, but takes some good fights against the camels.
You know what? This army, for not getting the damage that maybe we thought it should have early, has gotten a ton of value over time. Massive amount of value. It's killed multiple villagers. It's taken out army here from Andy, and DauT will continue to try and save his fish in the north, but there's only 1 ship left. However, he still has the stuff to the left. He still has the stuff to the right. He's adding a second town center and might be able to pick off another villager here in the middle as Andy's second town center just now completes.
Rushes out the monastery. Villagers still annoying there. Crazy how DauT is winning that pawn there. And what is he doing there?
I mean, it's just Andy things, right? And this is incredibly annoying if you're DauT. And there might even be a situation where Andy could go for double stone gate there and trap in those villagers.
Oh boy.
Like, there is a trap potential right there. Double stone gate. 1 on that wall, and then 1 on the other wall, if you want to expend the stone. Is it worth it? I don't know. Would you get in DauT's head? Maybe.
Well, let's see. One archer still out here. Camel is coming over. That might be a better fight for Andy. DauT a bit careless. Obviously, there's so much going on, so impossible to take all the perfect fights over and over again.
Great job from Andy. Fantastic positioning with the fires the entire time. And DauT, great job repairing, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh, there's so many vills repairing there. That is tempting demo, for sure.
But we're sure we don't have any demos in the queue. Nice micro there. And Andy, is he winning this one? DauT with some nice micro. Relatively even there. Whew, what a game, Dave.
Yeah, Andy's coming back over to this side to maybe go for another dock there. More villagers just randomly. I wonder if it's the wood line, Nili, because he's walled to that lumber camp. I think the villagers might want to chop the trees on the other side, and the only way is to go all the way around, and that's why DauT keeps running into those villagers in the front of Andy's base.
Yeah, I think the next step might be a siege workshop up the right-hand side.
Maybe.
Because he wants to punish this. Where did that villager? Okay, it's around and DauT, okay. It's enough for him.
So he tried to go for the gate thing. Didn't work out for him. DauT just says, oh, whatever, I'll leave you, and eventually I'll convert you. You'll be forced to delete as the camels now come across. Not able to get a conversion is Andy, setting up a couple town centers here. That's going to be town center number 3 for him, but still only one pond available to fish in. As DauT has 63 eco units, 11 fishing ships, 52 vills with gill nets on the way. Only 7 fishing ships for Andy, 49 villagers for him too.
Maybe we can quickly ask the sheep at the bottom how it's enjoying this so far. It's a brilliant match. Thank you, sheep.
Making our way back into the match, we've got Andy running out of berries there.
You mean
also making
match.
We've got a new batch of fishing ships at the bottom, adding in fish traps. And Andy is just trying to recover here. Bringing in the relics too, as DauT takes control of the middle there with some villagers. In the center, is that villagers? No, that's the archers that are still alive somehow.
Crazy, right?
Yeah,
that army,
great value.
3 archers. They have been alive for quite some time. And they did quite some damage. Now with the help of the 2 camels there, game is stabilizing. And both players thinking about their castle, right? 7 on stone, 6 on stone. DauT with a higher count for now, though.
I think Andy's is a much more natural castle to place at the front of your base. But where does... Oh, my goodness. There's no way he gets away with that. DauT needs to notice this right away. He can pull the fires over, and by the time that dock goes up, it's going to be pretty low HP, but there's so much to notice, right? Andy has random wall foundations, old dock foundations, everything like that. How are you going to notice that in time? Also, looks like Andy's docked the left side, too, as DauT comes forward with more villagers for that castle you were talking about.
He's contesting everything. DauT, Andy doesn't have a single farm. He has 10 on food, and he has only 10 fishing ships. This will be tricky. It goes for the fish traps now, and that's not fully walled off. That could be a problem later on, but we have the bigger problem through the center here. Monks will defend against this one quite nicely. I'm a bit surprised that DauT wants to take this.
You're not devoted.
Okay.
He's not devoted.
Maybe all monks converted together? No. That castle is now in the valley on the cracked terrain. Meh. Nearly not likely.
Yeah, a little bit of a sheepish castle there from DauT. He could have potentially made it a slightly further forward, as now Andy is taking out the fishing ships on the left. Andy also threatening the fish on the right. DauT has the fishing advantage, but not for long if Andy keeps this up. Actually, DauT doesn't have the fishing advantage anymore. Andy is adding in so many fish traps in the south.
It's triple dock, right? It's the full boom here, the full fish boom. But it has to be a massive amount of idle TC from both sides now. I think DauT with 5 villager lead. Oh, and that will be lost too. Yeah. DauT will lose all 4 pawns.
Wow. After contesting all 3 and having fish in 3 of them, Andy somehow manages to just take advantage of the fact that DauT is paying attention to so many different areas and sneaks those villagers and now going for stone walls at home. So he believes in his late game composition here. We just have to ask whether he's going to have enough gold long term if DauT manages to hold that center area.
And obviously this map is kind of the loved child of Four Lakes and Golden Pit.
No, you're not devoted.
And the Four Lakes part is kind of over now. Therefore, we move a bit more into the golden pit phase. And DauT, therefore, just think about the early imp timing, right? And we said Malians might be struggling a bit with that. But DauT, if your imp timing is that far ahead, then you should still be looking pretty good.
And one sick thing for the Malians is the techs coming in faster.
Yeah.
Right? Like chemistry,
Oh,
instant.
baby. Yeah.
And you can immediately start pressuring here as we see...
Also, another tech, masonry. Also, faster out of the university for the Malians.
Do you mean the Malians? Yeah.
Lead those.
Yeah.
Devotion now, husbandry as well. DauT. Is he playing full camels? Feels a bit like it, right?
Yep. There it is, Devotion. He's devoted now, so he's going to feel confident taking these fights against the monks. Husbandry on the way, forging on the way. He's cleared up the dock from Andy. That's really, really nice. He can get some solid food eco there, and then great farming in his base. They're not the most beautiful farms, but they're there.
Let's compare farm count. I think it might be like close to 0. We can zoom out a bit more. We're getting 26.
Okay.
And DauT sits at 33
That's
on the other
really
side.
solid.
Okay.
Okay.
Has 15.
Yeah, and the fishing ships. 21 fishing ships. He's adding in even more, but he's investing a ton of wood into that. 55 on wood right now for Andy. It's kind of insane, and that's the result of the fishing ships. We get a live sheep cam over in the corner. Beautiful value added by production here.
They made it happen. Okay, now Imp, 30 seconds away here from DauT. Chemistry should be coming in pretty soon. I wouldn't be surprised as DauT is maybe even trying to add some archery ranges. Early hand cannoneers an option, while on the other side, Andy obviously way better hand cannoneers than in the end. Maybe DauT tries to find a better timing early, and that's another forward castle.
That is another forward castle here from DauT. He places it right on the farms from Andy. Andy wisely made his first castle defensively, but I don't think he expected the Imperial Age to be quite this fast from DauT. Heavy Camel coming in. That's a tech that takes a long time to get. We'll likely see chemistry at some point too, and then the trebuchets being added. Also has the Gebettos behind these camels, so it's going to be incredibly difficult for Andy to do anything. All of those villagers targeted by the monks here.
So be it.
Andy trying to get the conversions on the Gebettos, but the castle will go up and the monks are incredibly exposed.
And what did he get? He gets one conversion and loses all his...
One conversion.
Oh
That's
boy!
it.
And now the villagers, they're just shanking the monks.
And DauT can just hop inside the castle instead of getting converted.
Or just...
Or he could just
fight.
tank the damage. He's devoted, of course, and then send in the camels once the monks are expended on faith. And he's going to be fine. DauT, we're looking at the resources, doesn't quite have enough for another follow-up castle. Good counter raid here from Andy in this middle area. Oh, man. This is... Oh, DauT's found the TC from Andy over there. He's discovered it.
Big.
Potential target for the trebuchets, right? And then the camels coming in.
And how do you get gold then? Can we quickly check Andy? How much gold does he even have on his
He's got
home
one
base?
gold tile forward.
And that's it?
That's
and only
brutal.
some villagers.
Yep.
Yeah, he has one relic only working for him as well. DauT got 3 relics behind all this madness. And this is the aggression here. Now the castle in a lot of danger. Andy reaches Imperial Age and now goes for mass stables. But we already have the heavy camel tech against it.
We already have the heavy camel tech. The only thing he can make really is like light cav with this gold supply, right?
Oh,
Unless
no.
he wants to sell everything else. He's going for heavy camel himself. But how is he going to get the gold income? He's got the food sorted. He's got 30 fishing ships. He's even making more fishing ships here to keep his food eco rolling. The fish traps are beautifully set up at the back, but DauT is pushing at the front. Conscription might not even come in on time. The camels are denied the gold income in the center. Andy is almost out of options.
And there's no side goals, right? And all the gold is in the center there. Conscription, not even sure if it will finish. Seems like yes, it will. But what then? You can like build your light cav that are going to die a bit faster?
I mean, potentially. You need all the help that you can get, right? Fletching now on the way for Andy. The options, he just has none. He has none. The camels are chasing his villagers away. The economy is still somewhat solid for him. He is almost equal in terms of total economic units to DauT. But where is the army? 13 military only, 38 military for DauT. It looks like DauT, after losing 2 games, is going to be able to take this series and advance to face the Viper.
Tomorrow around 19 UTC, making it happen in the round of 6, and big smiles. What a really good set.
What a super entertaining set, and credit to Andy for coming in here as our bottom seed, a player who's never been to a LAN event before. He just seems so comfortable here. His gameplay was excellent. We got some quality games out of him, some of the most entertaining in the tournament. And I think he surpassed everyone's expectations, even his own.